basement, but
That might be the biggest hate I've heard in a while.
we
Really?
ain't gonna talk about it though. We ain't gonna
That's
talk about
wild.
it. I think
That is hate.
we've hated harder than that, but yeah, we won't talk about it. All right, y'all, what's going on? Welcome to episode 5 of the 2023-2024 season. Hoopsters podcast. We got
Yo,
Rodney here, we got Zeno's big head ass here, and we got a special guest, a
okay,
very
Justin.
special guest. J Rob, yo, what's going
Yeah,
on, man?
yes,
What's going
sir,
J
on?
bro.
Rob.
I
J
appreciate
Thug.
J
Oh,
Doug. And I appreciate y'all for letting me pull up, man. My name is J Rob. For the people who don't know, I go by many names: J Rob, J Republican, J Thug, J Rob DiBiase. Whatever you want to call me, bro.
and Zeno goes by Thug.
There's no way.
Hey,
Why he
so
said?
just so y'all know, he clears. He clears.
Nah, I just want you to remind yourself that this guy said JJ. It was called JBB Rossi, and we just moved on. We just moved on from that.
J Rob DiBiase, bro. Listen, bro. I'm putting together the best football promotion on Players Choice, man. We better than the Blue brand, so. When you're a top manager, you got to put the DiBiase on the back end, $1 million man. You feel me? If
Yeah,
you know,
All right, bro.
I'm gonna chill on it because I was about to make it to the show. I ain't gonna talk about it.
Yeah, you guys so wild.
Well, no. That we gonna act like this nigga Rod just didn't. He just didn't say he clears. For context,
day.
J-Rob, I let
Clears.
Rod come into PC, Discord.
Mhm.
This nigga heard some of y'all lingo and he finds it the most funniest shit he
Dog.
ever heard.
Clears. He clears.
Clears is
like,
actually
they
one of my.
use it every day.
I actually don't like Clears. Clears is actually my least favorite of all the Players Choice, terms right now because Clears don't even make sense to me sometimes. Because one guy clears, then another season happens, he don't clear no more, and Clears is trying to say like this person is a gap away from the other. And I don't like it. It's used too loosely.
Exactly. I feel like people use it for like the wrong context. I feel like people put it on the wrong one. Like Steve Nash versus like Jason Kidd. People be like Steve Nash clears. They're like, no, he don't.
Yeah,
no, he don't.
No, he don't. I agree.
But so Rodney, you wanted to talk about this this All-Star game hypothetical.
Yeah. So I was looking on the socials, and some guy had a good idea. It was an interesting idea because we tired of having this celebrity basketball game going on as an all-star game. We'd like some little more competitiveness, and I wanted to see what y'all think about maybe a 1v1 tournament with the all-stars.
I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I don't really like it because I don't think the high profile players are gonna want to do it. Like LeBron's not gonna want to do it. Curry's probably not gonna want to do it because he's gonna get exposed.
I don't think he gonna get exposed. We already know he don't play defense.
Yeah, but like you wanna put it on a like you playing 1v1 against a nigga that don't play defense is sort of putting his bad defense on a pedestal. Like you were basically putting the spotlight on the fact that this nigga can't guard. Like we were talking about Shai versus Curry. Bro, if it's make it take it, Shai's going 12 zip. And I'm not playing. Like Shai is cooking if he gets the ball.
I'm actually a fan of the idea. I think they should put it in NBA. I know people think, the risk of injury, but in the NBA, they have guaranteed contracts, so they're getting paid regardless. I think if you incentivize a one-on-one tournament, make it like 250 racks, winner of the tournament get $250K, king of the court or something like that. And personally, I don't need to see LeBron old ass in a 1v1 tournament. I want to see Cam Thomas and Tyrese Maxey, Darius Garland. I want to see the.
Okay.
I want to see the real.
I have an idea since you said that.
I want to see Malik. I want to see Malik Monk in it. I want to see Malik Monk in it. The Bones Hollins.
Let's do a 1v1 of the 6 man.
You want to see the players that
I want to see that's really doing it. I just want to see good games. Like these NBA players at the end of the day. Like I want Kyrie in it, obviously. I think everybody want him in it. But
Kyrie not going to be in that.
But even if he's not, that's okay. Shai will probably do it. Jalen Williams. There's a lot of good one-on-one players in the league right now. And I think it would be great. You put 250,000, the winner gets that. And I think it'll be good content. I mean, ultimately, the All-Star game is not as competitive as it was in the early 2000s and the 90s. It's not one of those moments where the best players in the world want to establish themselves as the most dominant in front of a collection of their peers. It's more like it's really like an all-star game. Like it's, they want to throw dunks and run up the score and shoot from half court. So, I think if you want to find some ways to bring some of that competitiveness back to All-Star Weekend, I think that would be one of the best ways to do it.
Real quick, Rob, before I give it to you, we're gonna let Zeno give his thoughts. But before I do that, huge shout out to the chat. Thank you for pulling up. Go to JJ Dub. Love you. Love you. St. Jones says, we getting to the facts.
There you
we
go.
Are indeed.
There we go.
Indeed. And he also said Shai busting somebody ass in 1v1. I'm here to tell you now. I'm here to tell you right now. Let Shai get the ball in a make it take it scenario with his midi. Oh man, he cooking. He cooking. And you know who another person is that might get to cooking if you put him in a 1v1 scenario? D-Book. Let D-Book get in a 1v1 situation. And he able to make it take it. D-Book cooking.
Do not let this guy fool you. He's pushing propaganda. He is pushing propaganda for a reason. He is a D-Book stan. Do not let him get.
I'm not a D-Book stan. I just think he's top 10 and he's not 10. That's all. I think he's top 10.
Are you listening to this, J-Rob?
Wait,
Yeah.
you think,
I'm not.
Wait. I'm confused. What do you believe?
Okay, I think D-Book is top 10, but he's not 10.
Who's the 10 best players in the NBA to you right now?
Jokic is
Embiid.
one. Giannis is what?
Embiid.
Jokic,
He's gonna say Embiid no matter what you do. He's gonna say Embiid after you say Jokic. It's a done conversation.
Jokic, Embiid.
Jokic, Giannis,
Okay.
Embiid, Steph Curry, Luka, Tatum, AD, D-Book, LeBron, KD.
I feel like you said KD twice, but
I would
No,
honestly.
I said AD. I'm starting to get.
I'll probably trade AD for Dame or SGA, but that's
SGA is. That's why I was about to say I'm.
AD is like 11, 12 to me right now.
Really?
I love AD.
he ain't been doing much lately, man.
I love AD.
if
Listen,
we-
I
if we
love
give him
AD.
respect-
I love AD. I think as a defender, he is probably like number 1, 2, or 3 in the entire planet when it comes to his ability to play defense.
One. He is number one.
Number one, yeah. No, I'm just giving leeway to depend on how anybody's opinions are. I think he's number 1 is 2. I think when AD brings it on a given night, he's a top 5 player in the league. But unfortunately, as much as we value his phenomenal defense, I do think in some ways his offense in some games leaves a bit to be desired. Now, obviously, I think in some ways Darvin Ham does not do a good job of getting him looks. I do think in some games where he's not really in a rhythm, you can tell when AD's not in a rhythm, he can't find it later on. And he has those like inconsistent games. And look, 17 points, not a bad night in the NBA.
Yeah.
But for Anthony Davis, 17 points is clearly not what people expect from him. And I think it's harsh criticism, but I do think in some ways he does need to be a little bit more of a quote unquote dog at times because he has the ability to take over games. And I think on any given night, AD is a top 5 player in the game. But I think on those down nights, he's the 11th or 12th best player in the league. And so that's what kind of kills me with him at times as phenomenal. But in terms of defender, he's the best. He's the best.
17 point. Hold on.
Let me get my point.
Let's go to this chat. Well, Zeno, I'm gonna give it to you. Bam. Gabe says, "What the hell?" And then he also continues and says, "AD is a top 5 player." It's an argument. It can go either way. If he's playing at the level defensively and offensively that we know he can, then yeah, he's a top 5 player. The fact is,
I just personally feel like to be a top 5 player, like the top 5 players, Jokic, Embiid, you say Luka, KD, Giannis, those guys bring it every night.
KD's not in the top.
It's not an expectation that you're not going into the game. You're not going into the game with this idea like, what am I going to get? Am I going to get a 30 and 20? Or am I going to get 15 and 13? And I love 20 rebounds. I love 5 blocks. But the Lakers
as a getting 20 rebounds like that though.
But hold on, but I just think the issue is when people got to remember is, the way the Lakers are constructed right now,
That's
AD can't have 17 points. He can't have
Exactly.
15 points. And I think that's what people got to remember. Like, I love the defense, but that Lakers team, and shout out to Lakers Digest. For y'all, those who don't know, I cover the Lakers for a media company. So, watching these games all the time, I watch the Lakers more than any other team in the NBA because I have to. And listen, if I came into every game knowing that AD was giving me not even 30, I'm getting 25 and 15, 25, 13 a night, he's the top 5 player in the NBA because his defense is.
But I don't. Oh yeah, I don't. I feel like holding him to a standard where he has to always or like.
No, you're gonna have a bad game here and there. I just don't like the up and down. Like I like that stretch he went on. Do you remember that stretch last year where he went on? Where last season, bro, he at one point was the MVP in basketball
to start the season. Yeah.
That's how good Anthony Davis is, and that's the top 5 player that I see. That's the top 3 player, if you ask me. That run that AD was on, that's a top 3 player in the NBA.
I just want to say,
I want to get that person on a consistent basis. If we get that person on a consistent basis, I would not even have no worries picking the Lakers to go to the Western Conference Finals.
Are we saying that he can't get 5 points a quarter? Because like at this point, I mean, come on now.
The 5 points a quarter,
20 a night is the 20 a night should be easy for him.
I agree with Rod on that. It should be, bro. He should sleepwalk. He should sleepwalk into 20 a night because he should at least get 7 to 8 free throws.
Matter of fact, Shaq said it himself. He literally did that. Like, I'm going to literally just do 5 points, 2 or 3 rebounds a quarter. That's it. Everything else after that was just cake.
No, I agree with Rod.
He focused on just doing what he needed to do. 20 and 10. 5. I can do that. He should be able to do that. There's nobody that's stopping him from doing that but him.
I disagree.
My issue with that is I don't even have an issue with Rod, to be honest with you. I just think that your highest, actually don't really. But one of the biggest issues I have is I think you guys have a high expectation for what he does already. And I think I don't think he's 11 and 12. What he brings to you on a daily basis, which is the best defender in the league. And you say you give leeway to other players. I don't. I think he's like outside of maybe Rudy Gobert. And even then, I think he can just there's a gap. I think
Gobert.
Exactly. But so I think that he's far and wide the best defensive player in the league, while also being a very big rim roll threat to the point where bigs are now trying to tag him on his way to the rim. So if he's already now pulling your big not out of the paint, but closer away from the paint already, he's allowing your team to get to the rim easier. I'm not saying he's a great playmaker or anything like that, but the ability to already affect defenses on the offensive end that well and is one thing. Plus, you need to also realize AD is not a person that can kind of generate his own buckets like that. That's not his game. Yes, he used to be able to when he was smaller because he can just beat people through pure athleticism. But he's been putting on weight because he's playing the center position. So I think that's the difference right now, and I think he just needs to be fed more to actually become as great as you want him to do. Yeah.
Hold that thought, J-Rob. Hold that thought. Ace 30 says salute everybody. Salute
Sturdy.
Salute.
My dog Sturdy was good.
I'm about to say SSG Gabe. Bam Gabe says 17 points and like 20 rebounds, but he ain't doing enough. I think you over-exaggerated like to the infinite oomph. Tank Jones says I got Jokic 1, Embiid 2nd.
Yes.
Fourth is SGA, 5th is KD. No.
Why are we playing KD in it?
6 AD, 7 Tatum, 8 D Book, 9 Steph, 10 Bron at this point. Who is missing? Giannis. Oh yeah, you're nasty. You're nasty.
You're bugging.
The fact SGA is
I like AD. I think the one thing I gotta admit though about what Zeno just said that I really don't agree with. Zeno, they extended his contract and maxed him out again for 2 more years.
Yeah.
But that's you have expectations, brother. I think this is why I got to start getting onto the. I think there's a bit of a generational gap here because and I'm not that much older than you, bro. But I'm only 26. But I do
Damn, you're
think like
old.
yeah, I am old. But I do think
Yo,
like
shut up, bruh. Yo, shut up with that
Come
foolishness, bruh.
Nigga, Zeno, you gonna stop disrespecting our generation, all right? We
but I do
26
think
year olds.
Our
yeah,
generation
All
is
right,
crazy.
we
no, but I
26
do
year
think
olds
so.
will
For
not
some reason, there's like a generational gap because I feel like your generation, y'all are the good enough generation. Like y'all good with just
Mm-mm,
bare minimum.
mm-mm.
Y'all good with
Embiid, I
y'all good
disagree.
with this, y'all good with checking off the box and enough is enough.
No,
And
no,
I
no, no.
think when you're getting paid the amount of money that Anthony Davis is getting paid, when you have LeBron James telling you this is his team, I agree. I don't, as somebody who's been watching these games, I do not think that Darvin Ham has done a great job getting him certain looks.
That's another
But
thing you should have said.
but I said that earlier. I've said
Yeah,
that.
you
I
did,
said
you
that in my
did.
first take. This is my second time saying that. But I will also say this: when you're getting the amount of money invested into you as the Lakers are investing into Anthony Davis, with
Mm-hmm,
the expectation that he's going to be the cornerstone of your franchise,
mm-hmm,
I do think in some ways on the offensive end, because bro, I have no questions about his defensive game.
mm-hmm.
On the offensive end, I do think in some ways he does not impose himself on the game on the offensive end. Now, his guards need to get him the ball. I
That's
think
what I was gonna.
I
Mhm.
think LeBron sometimes needs to force the issue with him,
He does though.
but he also too I think needs to force the issue and command the ball. I think it's a few things. I think a few things can be true in his situation. Now, being saying he's the 11 and 12 best player in the world is a little disingenuous, just due
Exactly.
to the fact that I know at his best he is a top 10 player, and there's no doubt about it. The reason why I say he's 11 and 12 because on certain nights he can be the 11th, 12th best player in the world when
I
he
don't believe so.
on certain nights. You and me could agree to disagree in that regard.
Yes.
On who he is, he's top 10, top 2 defender. But when he's giving you 9 points on the offensive end, he's the 11th best player. And that's only because his defense is so damn valuable that it keeps him in that round. I think when he's playing, if he can give me 20, like Rod said, if he can give me 20 and 10, no doubt. If he can give me a consistent 20 plus and 10 a night, easily, no doubt, top 10 player, no question. I just question the nights to me, because like I said, I've been watching an ungodly amount of Lakers game because
Mm-hmm.
there's some days where I just think on the offensive end of the game, he gets a little disinterested.
Fair enough.
And to me, he's not a player that's allowed to be disinterested. I would rather him vocally and physically, like as we're watching the game, show his frustration of him not getting the ball than kind of like fading out into the game. You know what I'm saying? I think that's my issue with him. I just wish sometimes he is such a dominant basketball player that I need him to go be dominant and he doesn't go do it sometimes. And that is probably my biggest frustration with him. And I think too, maybe people's frustration is him is, like you said before, it's how we view him. We see all the talent there, so we expect a lot out of here. But I do think at his best, he is top 5, no question. But I do think he also fades on the offensive end, and I think that also hurts him. So, I just think he's a roller coaster a little bit sometimes.
Oh no! I agree with you. And that notion of me being the part of the team that is like good or not good enough.
I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you.
No. I get. I'm trying to add on to this. Justin can tell you this. What have I been telling you about Embiid, Justin? What have I been constantly preaching about Embiid to get to the next level? To upgrade his passing and playmaking,
He has to be, his
exactly. I have been ever since I've stepped into watching basketball, which was the first year of Ben Simmons' career. I think it was 2018.
Mm-hmm.
I have been watching Embiid and I've been constantly paying attention and wondering when is he going to get better as a playmaker, and he gradually got better. I'm not one of those people who sit there and say, no, he's good enough. You just need to. I understand the gripes that you guys have with AD. I just think you guys think AD is better than he actually is. And I can see AD for who he actually is. Mm-hmm. You're saying be more dominant. I see that he needs his guards to play as well as possible so he can feed off of that. That's what I see. So what in that notion, you seem more like call for the ball, get your man what's called under the rim and dunk it or something like that, where he can consistently generate that 25 points. But what I see is a play on the offensive end who's really predicated to how good his guards or LeBron is playing, and then he can actually show show when he's really strong as an offensive player. I think that's mainly the issue. I think people expect him to constantly drop these 25, 30-point games, but he needs to understand that if his guards are not playing well, it's going to be harder for him to do that. He's not a shot creator like LeBron. He's not a shot creator like Embiid. He's not a shot creator like Jokic, or he doesn't even have like a go-to move like in transition like Giannis. So he can't generate his points as easy as they do. Those are two.
I agree with that.
That's why
But it's also not that hard for him to score with his talent. You know, I feel like even, you know, I don't think he has the best post-up game, but I do think his face-up game is better than his post-up game. And I do think in some ways he can get the ball around the free throw line. He doesn't lack the skill to one dribble pull-up. He's big enough to shoot over the top. He's a decent enough mid-range jump shooter where in that 15-foot area, he can shoot over the top and make those jump shots. I agree with you, Zeno, in the sense of, yes, guard play is definitely much affects him because the guards aren't playing well or not able to get him easier looks. It affects his ability to be effective. But at the same time, like I keep saying, this is a guy who invested a lot of money in. Anthony Davis. Sometimes I need you to go get the basketball. You are allowed to be that guy. There's no restrictions on him. And that's why I'm saying when he gets disinterested and he looks like he's not a factor within the offense in certain half court sets, I don't understand it. I think on every half court set, the ball should go through Anthony Davis at some point just because of the threat that he is. And again, Darvin Ham needs to add to that. He definitely needs to add to that. But I think his skill and size definitely is an advantage for him. So I think he needs to
I agree with you, but you're right. Point guard play is very important. And with D'Lo throwing up random three-pointers, it does not help that whole situation.
No, I agree with that too.
All.
It's Darvin Ham too. It's Darvin Ham too, y'all. That's also, you know,
yeah,
I agree. I don't know if I'm at the Damo low fire Darvin Ham. Now, I'm not gonna lie, watching these games, I'm starting to get there. I'm starting to get there. Because I'm like, bro,
I'm already there.
Hold on, wait a minute.
The problem is like I'm cool.
Hold on, time out. I know both of y'all, you, J-Rob, and Daryl are Laker fans, so or LeBron and Laker fans. So I'm going to like let y'all cook on the Lakers because I'm the next topic. Okay,
like he really might be Darvin scam. He might be.
Yeah,
one second. We need to go through the text.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I got to go through the chat real quick. Okay. Huge shout out to chat. If you in here, please, and you haven't liked the video, please make sure to like the video. Also, make sure to subscribe.
Like it.
Sturdy says. Majority of the basketball community wants for AD to be top 5 player consistently. Tank Jones says Giannis is 2. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot about him halfway. It's okay. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. I cannot say the same for them.
Giannis is 3.
They were cooking you. No, he's 2. AD is a top 2 defender, but his consistency on the O is what keeps him out of the top 5. I agree. Bam Gabe says, so then could not argue that some nights he can be the best player in the league. I feel like that's just a mute point because that's anyone in the
top.
Okay, in the top. Okay.
Yeah.
He just okay. He finished it all. He said top 10. A Sturdy says Lakers next 10 games are tough. And Sturdy also said despite AD offensive woes, he still has the skill and athlete advantage, specifically in the West, to produce 25 points per game consistently. Tank Jones says that's for sure. I think he was talking to J-Rob. Bam says he literally the worst coach in the league. He's talking about Darvin Ham. And Sturdy says to be fair to Ham, he hasn't had fully healthy roster. He is defensive minded head coach, and that's also another point. Jared Vanderbilt and I forget. There's somebody else that hasn't been playing, right? They
Cam
just came
Reddish
back.
got injured. Cam Reddish got injured as well.
Mhm.
Who was J-Rob? Do you know?
It was Jared Vanderbilt.
I'll check right now.
And then is there somebody?
But brother, the Lakers been full of injuries. First of all, nasal fracture, Rui Hachimura, knee, Gabe Vincent.
Gabe Vincent, that's
heel for Vanderbilt that had him out all season. At one point, Hayes had an ankle. Man, I know the Lakers injury report like the back of my hand, bro. I'm looking at it all the time. It's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. He's unlucky, bro. Guys be day to day because Cam Reddish is day to day because of the groin. He played last night, but I know that report, man. I'm looking at it all the time, bro.
All right, so real quick, we're just gonna take a quick detour and stuff. I want to like give you a chance, J-Rob, for some of the people that aren't aware of how important you are to the core of Players' Choice. Which, fun fact, that's where I met Zeno.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Yeah, that's why I met Zeno. Zeno has become a pivotal part of what we do here. And in large part, that's due to the platform that you built over on Discord with the BAM.
Appreciate that. Shout out to the BAM Discord, yes, sir.
And also, what you guys got building over there in Players' Choice, it sort of has built like Quiet Escape is built a community on the back burner. The Sports PSP of the world. Shout out to Sports PSP. Meeting Lamont is due to you guys, and Lamont is like sort of like a mentor to me. So huge shout out to Players' Choice. Huge shout out to you for all that you guys do. But real quick, can you just speak on a little bit about how how it even came about for you?
So Players' Choice, for those who don't know, I'm more on like the football side of Players' Choice. I do talk basketball on there too at times. How I got into Players' Choice, literally was kind of like by chance. For those who don't know, I played football in college. I played Division I at the University of Connecticut. I played there. Then, once I graduated, I went to Tennessee State for a year to graduate in my grad year. I covered the WNBL and the NBL in Australia pretty much like right after I graduated. So I was in Australia for 3 months. This is when like LaMelo Ball was in the NBL, part of WNBL. So I covered, overseas basketball on an internship. It was a great experience. I was there for about 3 months. Australia is a beautiful continent. Definitely advise anybody have the opportunity to go visit to definitely go see it. It's a really beautiful place. Then right as COVID came around, I started seeing these videos. I started doing TikTok. I was working and I was writing for a few different companies, covering sports for different companies. And I just happened to see Dub Ass on TikTok saying something about football, and it was a trash take. And that was the first time I ever seen Dub on TikTok. Didn't really say nothing about it. Then he had like a James Harden take I thought was trash, and I commented on TikTok. And then PC Gridiron had Bull in the Ring. And I was like, I'm going to pull up to this shit just because, I keep seeing these trash football takes by Dub. And I love Dub. I think his takes have gotten a lot better now. But at that point, I'm like,
has it?
I don't know. But at that time, them takes was crazy because I was mostly responding to Dub. So I just remember them takes had me living. So I was responding to Dub. And so they had this thing called Bull in the Ring. I just hit them up like, yo, can I pull up to Bull in the Ring or whatever? I told them, I played football, whatever. I came on there. I cooked like usual. And then, Ron just was kind of like, bro, like, would you want to be here full time? Like, you have like the resume, you played the sport at a high level. You got a view that, that we don't have enough of here. And, it just kind of worked out. And then I've just been here ever since. So like, obviously, when I got to Players' Choice, that I think it'd be as big, and I'd be at the BAM Discord would be as big as it is now, and it just kind of whirlwind in the last like year and a half, bro. But yeah, but it's it's been fun. It's kind of like I bet on myself. Like I kind of had a feeling, not gonna lie, that I could make a good enough impression on Gridiron where they keep me. But yeah, that's just how that happened, bro, for sure.
For sure. Real quick, we just want to welcome our guest who hasn't, well, not our guest, but our co-host who hasn't been here for a minute. But we want to give a warm welcome to my boy Daryl.
Laro, let's go.
Daryl is
What's
crazy.
good? What's good? Yeah.
Man,
What up, there?
and Daryl been out here making that money, man. He's been making.
I thought it was Darrell. It's not Darrell.
Oh yeah, Darrell. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Daryl, you ain't never living that down. I just want you to know. You ain't never living that down. You ain't never.
Darrell is crazy, dog.
But not like to be quite honest with you, if it wasn't if you guys set forth like a sort of like a blueprint a little bit on how podcasts or debate shows should be, you know what I'm saying? Like having the organized topics, having a panel full of personalities, different personalities, to be able to speak on topics and have a difference of opinion, and allowing them to be able to have that I won't say conflict, but having that healthy those healthy arguments over topics like the GOAT debates, or like topics in sports, like stuff that I won't speak about right now, but seriously, like shout out to y'all for what
appreciate
y'all
that, bro.
To add on to that, the notion of being able to sit there and listen to people that may differ from your opinions, and being able to try and speak and try and get them to your side. Just the notion of the debate and how controlled, usually how controlled it is, and rather how sometimes it does spark up into like, you know, anger and people shout and all that type of stuff. But the fact that we listen here and we have people debate and say their own opinions and stuff, and you can actually bring people over, it's such a beautiful thing. It's why I actually like watching debates. It's why I like listening to people talk about their own opinions and thoughts, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I like that. I like what you do there in Player's Choice. But the question I have to you is, what J-Rob, the CEO of BAM, what brought you what brought you to actually creating that label?
So BAM, believe it or not, y'all, like this BAM shit been around my whole life. Like I'm gonna be honest, like BAM, like I got a group chat with my homies, by any means group chat. Like that was, you know, that came from, you know, in America's, you know, like football in America, American football is such a big deal. And, you know, coming out of a public school to play football, like to get recruited to play Division I, not easy. You know, you got to really get out of the mud. You got to go to a lot of camps, you know. And so me and my boys came up with BAM, like by any means, like we gonna get it by any means, you know, like we straight up just, we put all the extra work in. You know, I went to a lot of camps as a high schooler. I did a lot of the extra stuff. Like I was at the field working on my footwork. Like I put my all into football when I was a youngin'. And so that by any means model, that just kind of it's been with me forever. And then, you know, I just took it into the Discord. Like if I'm gonna start gaming and streaming and doing Player's Choice and building a community, like I'm not gonna make it based off something I don't know. You know, I want the name to mean something to me. And I think BAM and by any means, you know, I think that could resonate with anybody. You feel me? I think that's what make it cool. Like everybody got a goal, everybody got a purpose. And, you know, I think by any means, you don't gotta love football. You could love anime and still understand by any means. You could love basketball and not love football and understand by any means. Your interest could be music. So, you know, the whole by any means Discord, I think the greatest thing about it is like I really think anybody with any interest could come in here and just chop it up, you know. Obviously, I don't think the Discord is for the faint of hearted because, you know, we're not always the nicest to each other. Obviously, we respect everybody, but, you know, we here to cut loose. You know, we in a Discord to chill. We in the Discord to chill. Like, we're not in the Discord to kumbaya. You know, we in to talk our shit.
Kumbaya, it's crazy.
You know, we here to chill out, cut loose. But, you know, everybody has respect for each other. Obviously, you know, we make sure it doesn't get too out of hand. There's definitely regulations. But, you know, I'm not one of those people who run the Discord trying to ban people. You know, I had to put out a message just the other day, like, don't call me. I'm not the teacher at school.
Bro,
don't hit me up and ask
I
me.
read that. I swear to God, I was with I took my girl to the dentist, and I'm looking at I'm looking at this message that's sent to everyone, and I get it.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, I had to call Zeno. Bro, what the fuck happening?
Yeah, like
What's going on?
don't DM me personally trying to talk about this guy hurt my feelings and that. Like, we grown. I believe in, like, I truly, and maybe this is maybe like the, maybe I might be a little old school in this regard, but like, we adults now. We could defend ourselves. You can stand on business. Like, we gotta, like, you don't need J-Rob's not about to hit you up and, well, you want me to leave this? You want me to kick him out the server? I like him too. I rock with Cuz. I want him in here, so I'm not kicking him out. So y'all can figure it out and call it a day.
Tank Jones putting names on shit, bro.
Yeah, he put
names on shit. Fuck the subliminals. We put
man.
He knew. I had to tell them boys, like, yeah, listen, bro, this is not that chat. Like, but I gotta give more credit to like Zeno in the community. Like, they really turned the Discord up. Like, I had the idea, but this is why it's good to bring people around you, because they helped me put the bots in. I didn't know how to do that. There's reaction roles. Zeno set it up where, like, anytime anybody goes streaming, it goes, everybody's in tune. Like, that's not me, that's on them. So I appreciate the work that they've put into the group chat, and I just hope that as my platform grows and I grow, I could be able to give back to to the community, because I will feel like this BAM shit, the community definitely I owe y'all in terms of the support. So I hope as this thing grows, we can make this shit bigger for real.
And to piggyback off of what J Rob was saying, to give Zeno some more love.
And Zeno's the president. I always tell everybody too on the group in the Discord, like, if you have a complaint, go to Zeno. Don't come to me.
And that's what I was just.
I'm the Rockefellers. That's Barack Obama. I'm the Illuminati. That's just talk to Zeno. Don't come to me with that bullshit.
And I was just about to say that, like, Zeno being the president of your Discord. Like, shout out to Zeno for building that community, because a large part of like why we started to gain a following and stuff is due to Zeno. In the community, supporting us, sort of like giving us a foundation for us to be able to have some viewership to build our morale up and stuff like that. So huge shout out to Zeno, huge shout out to the BAM community. Hope you guys like continue supporting and stuff like that. And continue supporting each other, because the bigger this community, the bigger this streaming community gets, or this podcast community gets, the bigger like the value is for all of us. Like all of us small streaming groups, like we just keep on feeding off of each other. So shout out to y'all. It's
300, and just so people know, 305 members in the Discord right now in counting. 305 in counting, man. So.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
And continue to grow. And continue to grow.
I just want to say this. I did not know I was about to get glazed like that. Jesus Christ. Hey. Thank you. I'm not gonna
Is that what happens when you get glazed? That's how you act.
How when we came into the pod, I greeted him the way I greeted him. Yeah. You understand? This is why I greet him the way I greet him.
This is why we don't be nice to you.
It sounds like Zeno don't get glazed that often. That's all I'm saying.
It's my birthday,
Rod. Listen, I keep telling y'all boys. Listen, I'm gonna give y'all some advice.
No, Rod. No,
listen, fellas. Rod, listen, fellas. Listen, I keep telling
y'all. Rod, you wild for that.
Listen. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, fellas. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Y'all do not ever let a man with a tea time and crumpet time.
No.
Not let anybody who has to drink tea at a certain time in the day disrespect you. None of that. I could never let somebody that has to drink tea at a specific time talk to me. No condo.
Any nigga that's on demon time when it's only 6 o'clock at night is.
I want you guys to
anybody who thinks wearing a Nike tech suit is formal clothing.
Lord, no, Zeno.
Any nigga that's
top boy.
I'm gonna stop muting people right now.
Any nigga talk about it's 3 o'clock in the morning when it's only 9 o'clock on your side. Man, don't trust him.
Okay. What the funniest thing is, I was gonna say that.
Hey, Zeno, you might as well leave. Just leave right now.
Hey. Let me actually finish what I'm trying to say. To move on from what I was saying, because I was gonna say, oh wow, you blazed me, nice. But I was gonna go on to. Although I did help in a lot of stuff, I really want to, like what's called Gabe said, shout out to JJ, Khalil, Zay, Jordan, Steezy, Miles, Middle Miles, Mars and Dub. Those people, as much as I do help around the things, without the community in itself, no matter what me and JJ does on the outside, it would not grow. So shout out to those people for actually being in the Discord, chatting up. When people come through, they even try and help them talk and stuff like that. That is what is the biggest part of that group. Well, no matter what I do, I just set a template. If you come in and you're able to, have fun there, then the template works. So that's the people that should be getting a shout out. So thank you for shouting out for me, but that's why I actually want to shout out those.
And they actually in there watching. JJ's actually in there right now watching the movie with 2 other people. So
you see what I mean?
Shout out to JJ.
I honestly thought Zeno was about to shout out every 300 person that was in that thing.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna give all the guys a shout out, but we're
gonna be serious, and then we got to move on.
Shout out to the ones that been there since Twitch affiliate days. Facts, Gabe. Since the Twitch affiliate, before we wasn't even on YouTube, when we was on Twitch trying to get affiliate, bro. Facts.
Facts. You know how hard it is. But on Twitch. Good Lord.
Give you one. I'm gonna give you one more. I'm not calling it glaze. To give you one more kudos, Zeno. One of the things that I have to get on Zeno about is his unselfishness and how he wants to put others before himself. Think of it. Full Court Press was created because he wanted to put his guys on that were in the BAM chat. That's why the show was created. The show was created because Zeno wanted to talk with his guys and show them love before himself. So shout out to Zeno. Tank Jones says Zeno about to give a Hall of Fame speech.
I hate you. I hate you.
Tank Jones says PC needs to just steal FYFI and have a weekly debate show with power rankings. To be quite honest with you,
I don't think they need to.
I don't think that's
I ain't gonna lie. You know what's crazy?
Weekly?
For football, for press box, I'm actually taking that idea. I'm finna power rank my debaters up there, bro.
Really?
Hell yeah.
Do they go head to head on there often?
Nah, I mean you just gotta. Do you ever watch that show? You ever watch that show on ESPN where the host has the clicker and for every he give you a click?
Yeah,
so
around the horn.
Around the horn. So kind of like that, but I'm gonna power rank them. So every day, like I've been listening to them talk for a minute, so I'm gonna power rank them every Monday. Based off how they do throughout the week. So I'm gonna give them an initial ranking from how they've done week to week. I'm gonna watch some old episodes, and then every week I'm going to tally in my mind, who been making the best points, kind of like around the horn, and then I'll just rank them week to week. But kind of like that, like around the horn is kind of like how I'm gonna look at it. And it'll make them boys make sure they bring their A game.
Yeah, no, for real. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. The way that FYF has it, nigga, when you come in there, like you're immediately being thrusted into like some heavy hitters. Yeah. Some heavy hitters, like the sturdies of the world, they gonna be them niggas is like autocorrect. Watch you say something wrong, them niggas is on your ass. So around the horn, W inspiration, like Tank Jones said. But all right, we're gonna get into these topics. Y'all ready?
Yes,
did you finish all the super chats?
Am I missing somebody else?
Do you want me to just go through them as soon, like just quickly?
Yeah, just
okay. So Zeno the MVP, thank you. Zeno president, lol. Shout out to all the BAM Kings. Facts.
You're nasty.
That's been gone through. That's already been done. Crumpet time. Yeah, you guys are haters. Shout out to the ones that here for Twitch affiliate.
They like that crumpet time, bro.
We already said that. And then that's Gas J Rob. Great way to manage the conversation and keep it one mic up for a while. Exactly. And around the horn inspiration.
Yeah. All right. By the way, I just want to say we've capped off so far at 8 viewers so far. So shout out to you guys that's viewing the show.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for hitting the like button. If you haven't hit the like button, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit that follow button also. So we're gonna start with the Lakers, right? And we got 2 Lakers guys here, right? We got J-Rob and Daryl. And we want to hate on the Lakers for a second. So we're gonna sit here. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a background real quick. So the Lakers' last 10 games have been a little bit of a rocky. They still are over 500 the last 10 games, but it's been a little bit of a rocky start.
I don't want to do this. How do you feel, J-Rob and Daryl, when we blew your team's back out by 45? How do you?
Oh my
Why does
god!
why does it have to be? Why does it have
How
to
do
be
you
like
feel
that?
that?
Why do you have to say that?
How
You
do
don't
you
have to say
feel
it
when
like
we
that.
blew your team's
You
back
don't
out?
have to say it like
I'm
that.
gonna be honest, bro.
It's nasty.
I think we needed it, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all needed a blackout.
Pause. Pause.
Pause.
Pause.
Pause. But yeah.
Y'all needed
At the
a
end of the day,
blackout.
bro. Pause. I know that sounded crazy. But
Hey, yo,
I
trying to be
Jay,
serious
genuinely,
and give
wild.
an
Oh my
analysis.
god, bro.
I genuinely
Oh
like
man.
on seriousness, I genuinely believe that we needed to lose that game
Facts.
because I think we went in to thinking that we were, better than what we are. And so to go up against them, I kind of already knew coming into the game that Philly was going to bring their best, and I knew we just weren't ready for that. And I even called it. I said Joel Embiid's going to have a triple double on us, and he did have a triple double on us. And so all I can really say about that is like I think that was the best thing that happened to us this season for us to get our minds right.
But then y'all end up getting smoked by OKC. They got y'all back blown out twice.
Hey, yo,
Okay,
Shay,
bro.
was putting in work. They didn't know what to do
Okay,
with
Hey,
Shay.
Shay was
Shay just said, "I'm just gonna keep scoring. I don't really care."
He
I
said
just
he
don't
gave
know,
you this
bro.
work.
what
I just
you know
don't
what's
know.
crazy? We always struggle against OKC when we're there. Whenever we're in
OKC
OKC,
is
we
y'all's worst
always
matchup. I
struggle
hope to
against them.
God y'all don't see them in the playoffs. I
We
hope to
always
God y'all don't see them
struggle.
in the playoffs.
When they come to LA, for some reason we're fine playing them, but when we go there, they always put work in, like, and we look like freaking trash.
No. Get it
I
right.
mean,
Shay
no,
puts work in.
Shay goes
Puts work
crazy on us. I mean, he always give us fits, but I mean, I say, us losing to the Sixers, I mean, we really needed that because at the end of the day, for one, if we want to go to a championship, that's the level of a team you may have to face. It's going to be a Philly or a Boston or a Milwaukee. And so you have to be able to measure yourself against the best of the best in the NBA and in the league. And right now, as constructed, the Lakers, there was a gap there in the teams. And so, the Sixers did what they were supposed to do. Now, hopefully they don't collapse in the playoffs like they usually do.
Aye, bro.
But I mean, since we want to talk, throw a little extra shots, but um, you know, this is also a Lakers team that lost a game by 44 and still is more likely to go to a Western Conference Finals than Philadelphia.
Does he know?
A team that went 2-10. We started there 2-10, 3-10 last year.
Yeah.
Western Conference Finals. Y'all was one of the top teams in the NBA. Couldn't get out of the second round.
Yeah, and now we have a better coach.
No, but the reason why
my bad. He's talking about backs blown out. That was crazy.
The reason why I'm asking this, the reason why I wanted to ask y'all this question is because the Lakers, before we came into this season, I'm not just you, J Rob, but I want to hear your thoughts as well. And during the offseason, where did we all agree that the Lakers should be?
I had them as a top 4 team in the West. Definitely a team that could.
We agreed to that.
Team.
Yeah, we all said they should be a top.
I still think they're that team.
Team.
I think that's the problem is everybody fell off that bandwagon. I still think they can be that team, fellas. You have to remember this team has not been healthy at all this year.
Mm-hmm.
They have not played. They have not ran out a lineup this season or a collective game where they've had a majority of their key players healthy. I mean, guys, Jared Vanderbilt didn't play till yesterday. Cam Reddish, fellas, I mean, shout out to Lakers Digest. Throw the link in the chat. I knew he was going to be good for the Lakers, but nobody realized what he was going to be till later on, and he didn't kind of figure out his rhythm as a defender and a wing player till later in the season. So it was until his first 2 games in the season. So it was going to be growing pains for this team, y'all. And I think the problem is because of LeBron James and Anthony Davis, there's an expectation, but I do think this team can still get there. Now, I do think there's y'all man's Reeves. It might be time.
Hey,
It might be about that time with y'all man's Reeves.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I think y'all kind of lost your minds with this Reeves third superstar stuff. But I let that show itself. So I think, if there's a way to get a DeMar DeRozan and Caruso, I'm down with it.
I won't say anything about the Reese thing, even though I've been pushing narratives about that. But yeah, I do believe that your team is still good enough to be a
Me
top
too.
4 seed.
Me
I just
too.
like you said, it's really due to injuries. Not having Vander, who is like your second most important defensive player on your team, not having Cam Reddish consistently, not having Gabe Vincent is not. Huh?
No, I was about to say I think Gabe got smoked with J Rob.
No, I'm not saying Crusoe is bad. He started off the year shaky for sure, but I'm just saying like if you're gonna want to make a trade, Reeves is definitely gonna have to be a piece in that, bro. It is what it is. I'm not trying to shit on Reeves or nothing, but
You don't think Max Christie?
there's some upgrades. There's upgrades. I'm just being honest. To sit here and acting like, bro, why we keep saying Gabe Vincent?
He doesn't like Gabe Vincent. He thinks he's bad. That's
I think he's whack too. I think
So I got a
too.
question for J Rob. So
he said, "Why we keep saying Gabe Vincent? He's not part of the squad."
No, so
yeah, I'm ready for him to be a trade piece too. Honestly, he needs to get traded too.
J Rob, so this is why I say, do you feel like, for us, you feel like we should have gave up Lonnie Walker then? Because I think he started showing up better for us late in the season, but I think because the hype Reeves got, that's why the Lakers ended up keeping Reeves. Because to me personally, I feel like Lonnie Walker was the better player.
He's the more athletic player. I don't know if he's the better player. I mean, that quarter he had, that 15 points he had, that was nice. It saved us in the game. It was clutch. But the problem is I can't bank on moments. Not banking on moments. I saw Reeves show more levels of consistency. And I think sometimes if a 17, 15 point eruption is the anomaly, but this 14 to 17 is the consistent, I'll take the consistent. I don't think banking on Lonnie Walker was the best possible move for us in my opinion. I like Lonnie Walker, but I think Reeves was the better idea. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest. Darvin Ham also, I think, did a bad job of allowing us to see what Lonnie Walker could have been.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
Yeah.
like Darvin, I want to say I agree with Gabe. Like he definitely showed some good flashes, but the problem is you didn't see him enough to know what he could be consistently. They played Reeves a lot, so you saw Reeves all the time. But with Lonnie Walker, I mean, this is why really Darvin Ham might also need to go, y'all. It's about time. I don't want to go
I agree.
I don't want to go
he
make
should
a
have been.
digest, but they say that, but it might be about time to look for a new head coach.
Let me ask you this, because I was talking about this on another platform.
Because Ham is not a good rotational coach. He's bad with rotations.
And
His
that's what I was about to
rotations
ask.
is very
How bad?
bad.
And I also want to hear your thoughts as well, Daryl. J Rob, Daryl, how do y'all feel about Mike Budenholzer being a replacement coach?
I'm cool with it.
I'm good, but that's fine with me.
That's fine with me. You got to understand the coaching thing for me. The coaching thing, yeah, I wish we would have kept Malik Monk for real. But the thing with the coach is coaching is not all X's and O's, bro. And sometimes you can't overthink it. Like I think Ham overthink that stuff right now. Like I'll take Doc Rivers over.
Oh no, you won't.
No.
No, you won't. No, you won't.
Actually, no. Doc Rivers is probably better defensive coach. But
Yes,
I do want to say, I do think out of all three, I think out of all three of them, Bud is the best the best one.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I think Bud is your best.
What I think about though,
so when he says pick your poison, I dislike saying pick your poison when you pick these threes, because one is clearly not like the rest.
Nah, facts. One is clearly not. Yeah, no, because you gotta Darvin Ham my bad, Darrell. My bad, Daryl. Go ahead, bro. My bad.
No, what I was gonna say was with Darvin Ham, I just feel like the team isn't I think he just doesn't have the trust of the team yet. And I felt like it wasn't there last year, even though they made it that far. But I still think he doesn't have, the players have trust in him yet. And that's the issue right now. Everybody's not on the same page. As much as they want to say to the media that everyone's on the same page, I really don't believe it is, and that's why I think they're falling short.
I personally feel like Darvin Ham in some games, there's games this year where like the best move is to like go with what's working, and he'll completely go away from what's working. I think sometimes he overcomplicated, and realistically, in some of the rotations to start, especially to start the year, is like you've had this group for an entire camp, and then you've had some of these guys since next year. Like you still don't know what works with what. You know, like in some ways, it's like, all right, how long is it going to take for you to figure out what works with what? And I'm just not. And the fact that he can't get AD the ball easy also concerns me.
Like still putting Rui Hachimura at the center spot when you take you take AD out is that's nasty. And you went literally in the offseason, y'all went and got 2 centers. And you still put Rui at the center spot. That's crazy. That's crazy. So final answers. By the end of the season, with the track record that they're on right now, will the Lakers be a top 3 seed in the Western Conference?
I don't think so. Oh wait, you're not asking me. All right.
No. I'm asking everybody. So
he asking everybody.
Starting with you, and then we'll move to J-Rob, Daryl, and Rod. So
right now, the way that teams are looking and how they're clicking, I just need to firstly check what the standings are looking right now.
Right now, they're sitting 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, if you say they're gonna be in the playoffs,
Minnesota's first. I just want to say that.
That's what I wanted to say. It's gonna be Denver's. It's gonna be Denver. It's gonna be Denver, Timberwolves. I think those two are instantly like a top 2 teams in the league. And then I think with the Suns possibly getting more healthy, the Mavericks, Thunder, I personally can't say that the Lakers are definitely going to be a top 3 seed. Will they be in the offs? Definitely. I don't see them dropping below 6. So that's one of the things. I think they're going to be more in the 4 to 6 range than a 3 seed. That's what I've kind of come down to at this point.
I like it. I think we'll be like the 4th seed, honestly. I think as this team get healthy, the team will get better. I do think if they do make a move for Caruso and DeMar DeRozan or Caruso or Levine, I think the team will be better because I think either way it fits a need for the team and gives you a little bit better scoring and better defense. I only see really benefits from either with either trade. So, you know, I think this team still has a lot of potential. I just want our guard play to be a little bit better. Guard play and effort. You know, I know y'all don't like the word motor, but sometimes I need a little bit more motor out of our guys. A little more effort.
No. We fuck with the.
I have an issue with then picking Zach LaVine because why do you need? So you said you want your guard play to be better, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Zach LaVine is supposed to listen? Well, that's what I was gonna say. The Zach LaVine. Do you think?
I don't think he's an upgrade in the guard play from a playmaking standpoint. But
exactly
for LeBron, but he's perfect for LeBron though. He's perfect to play with LeBron because you don't. I mean, imagine Zach LaVine from his ability to shoot, catch and shoot, his catch and shoot ability, his cutting. I think LeBron would utilize Zach LaVine's athleticism better than I think anybody in the NBA who's had a Zach LaVine as a running mate. Because bro, imagine Zach LaVine cutting to the rim like it's flight Delta, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously his catch and shoot like LeBron gonna get so many open looks because of the attention of LeBron and AD. So.
You said more like what?
Now you know they do in the back of the classroom.
Shout out Gabe. His contract is what turns me off from this hypothetical because
we talking about Zach.
Yeah. If Zach comes, his contract along with LeBron's, along with AD's, that's a lot for you to take on. Not to mention. You're going to have to resign. You're going to want to, likelihood is you're going to want to resign LeBron after this season, right? And so you're basically you have 3 max players, 2 of them worth the max, but I don't think Zach LaVine is a super max player. And so ultimately, what the fuck? And so ultimately it comes down to like, it could be a great fit between those 3, but you won't have enough money for you to build a competent team around them. Like, think of the assets you'll have to give up to get Zach LaVine.
No, you have to give up some assets. His contract is dog water.
Yeah. So, Bron going to OKC is crazy, by the way.
No problems.
But, okay. J-Rob. Real quick before you... Okay. Daryl.
Yeah.
Blood should have muted himself.
The Lakers, will they be... Oh, I can mute him. The Lakers, will they be a top 3 seed by the end of the season with the way that they're playing?
The way they're playing right now, what I've noticed is when they play weaker teams, they can get by easily. But for some reason, when they play against teams that, and this is in the West and the East, when they play against teams that can be, playoff contender teams, obviously, they struggle. And so to me right now, if I'm saying right now, I feel like if anything, they'll probably be like a fourth. That's how I feel.
Okay, so it'd be right outside of the top three.
Yeah, they'll be right outside. They'll be a fourth because I think
Right.
the way.
No, go ahead, Daryl. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was saying because the way you see Denver, I mean, they struggled the past couple of games, but they're back healthy now since Murray's back, and then you see Phoenix. Phoenix is being Phoenix, and then you see Minnesota is how they're coming out. That's where I think the Lakers are going to be.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. What you say?
I do not think they're top three. Not in the West. Sorry, there's just too many teams that are just more of a unit than they are. Even if you look at OKC, they just seem more together. And if you're still trying to wait to figure out who's going to gel with who on the court, and we're still going to the end of the season and you haven't figured that out, it's not gonna bode well. And I just don't think they can score with some of the teams that are playing right now. Look at OKC, even Sacramento can put up buckets from everywhere on the court, and I don't see a lot of shooters on that team to say that you can keep up with the pace that the NBA is at right now.
I think that when they have their defense like Cam Reddish, I think the team when they have Cam Reddish on the court with Vando and with being to help LeBron and AD, I think that their defense is gonna take a jump. I think offensively, that's not gonna look that good because
why are we looking at Cam like he's a really good defensive piece?
Because he is.
He's serviceable. He's not a great defensive piece.
What?
Yeah, he is. What?
He is.
This year. Not the Cam Reddish from the Atlanta days. This Cam Reddish.
He was great playing defense in Atlanta. I feel like he's dropped off from that.
What?
Then you haven't been seeing him this year.
You've not been watching him. This year, he's probably been their best POA.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's their best POA.
Well, yeah,
yes,
yes.
Because Vando isn't here.
Yeah, I was just about to say Vando's been out. He just came back. So
and even Gabe is saying he's been one of the best perimeter defenders in the entire league. Like, yeah, it's the truth. That's his calling card to this team.
Yeah,
him and what's called the calling card is him getting getting more consistent on the offensive end, whether it's spacing or just getting shots up. Just that's what his issues has been. It's not been this defensively this season. It's been offensively.
And even on the offensive end, like he has times where he gives you like consistent. He can give you some type of like offensive production. It's just in other times like he's a rhythm. He's offensively like his rhythm is the trippy part is because like sometimes you'll have games like I want to say it was against the Spurs where he can knock down that corner three consistently. And then you'll have games like I want to say against Utah where he couldn't do so. So like it's his offense is the on and off part, but defensively he's been consistent. He's actually been perimeter wise the most consistent. But yeah, no, this Cam Reddish is actually that good defensively for them. But me personally, I don't think they'll be better. I don't think they're catching up to the Timberwolves. I think the Timberwolves are rather
a championship team at this point. People need
I don't know about a championship team.
Yes, they are.
Don't get me wrong. Ant is playing amazing, but
no, you guys are disrespecting them.
I'm not saying that they're not capable, as in like talent wise, but I got to see how this transfers to the playoffs. I got to see.
No, you don't need to because you can see that the defense is possible.
Dude, the playoffs are not the same.
I get it, but if you can pay attention to how their defensive structure works, the only weakness in that defensive structure is Cat. And if you're able to help on Cat because you have one of the best perimeter defenders in the league, cough, cough, Jalen McDaniels, you have one of the best rim protectors in the league, if not the best rim protector in the league, in Rudy Gobert, who's having a resurgence defensively. Yeah. And then you have Ant, who's even taking a jump on the defensive end. And then your guard is not even that bad defensively in Mike Conley. And then when you come off the bench, when Cat then comes off the bench, you know who's going to be in that fourth spot? Kyle Anderson, who's also a good defensive player. And then Naz Reid is also a good rim protector.
I'm not questioning their validity defensively.
Yes.
But there's another side on the court.
Offensively. I agree. But I feel like
Cat disappears way too much.
Cat offensively, when it comes to the playmaking aspect of his game, I think is underrated because he is a good passer.
It's not Cat that I'm concerned about.
And
no,
I am.
No.
Rudy Gobert.
It's Rudy Gobert, and it's them as a unit. Whether they could be, because even against the Denver Nuggets, like forget how Jokic was still able to like tear that defensive part of Cat and Rudy Gobert. Which fair enough. If you think a year of camaraderie sort of makes that not necessarily as possible for him to tear it apart to that extent, fair enough. But offensively, they're still struggling. They still struggle this year. They've still been struggling.
They struggle when Ant was out of the lineup. When Ant is not on the floor, they struggle.
The sky is blue, the grass is green. Of course, you're gonna struggle with your worst, best offensive
player. But
you're busy trying to debunk something that you're agreeing with. Offensively, that is their problem. So when you get into the playoffs, even I don't care how good of a defense you have. There's years where the Chicago Bulls in the 2010s were excellent defensively, but if you're not that good on the offensive end, it only gets you so far.
I need to call you up for a second. This is what I was talking about. You guys are bringing up it was called that he was actually beating the hell out of the Timberwolves in the playoff series. One, he didn't actually like destroy him. Funnily enough, he wasn't. That wasn't like his most efficient series. I don't know why you think so. And then secondly,
did I say anything about efficiency?
I know you said that they beat him. So I was just thinking.
I said he tore. I said Jokic tore the defense that Karl Anthony and Rudy Gobert were doing. He didn't do it. He didn't do it scoring wise. He did it playmaking wise and scoring wise. Like it was a tandem. Like, yeah, sure enough, he didn't have his most efficient series, but that doesn't mean he didn't play well.
20. I never said he didn't play well. That was not what was coming out because 26.2 points and 12.4 rebounds on 58% true shooting is still what it is. That's a fuck ton of numbers, but the fact that it's not nearly as efficient as it was in a regular season shows that was a very good defense. He wasn't tearing it offensive scoring wise. It was mainly from a playmaking standpoint. And also the main reason why they wasn't even able to really put up a fight is like what Gabe said. They didn't have J-Mac. Having J-Mac would have had to give him a big body.
If you have
it would have gone 7. It would have gone 7.
Yeah, if you have J-Mac, you go 6. I'll even give you 7. But ultimately, what makes the Nuggets triumph is their offense and defensive balance. That's what separates the Nuggets from every other team in the Western Conference, to be quite honest with you. Whereas some teams go OP on the offensive end, and some teams, like the Suns, go OP on offensive end. The Nuggets have a balanced offense and defense to where it makes them borderline unstoppable, because if you stop them on the offensive end, they make enough stops on the defensive end, and the offense is consistent enough
in that sentence,
to make them go over the hump.
In that situation, I agree with you, if only for the fact that the Timberwolves have the Timberwolves offense, or the players that they have, literally counter the Nuggets defense. Because what is the Nuggets weakness on the defensive
rim protection?
A rim protector. How do you usually abuse those type of players? By either one, pulling them out, which they can't do because they have really good defensive players, or two, you constantly get downhill and attack the rim. Who does the Timberwolves have? They have
Anthony
one of the
Edwards.
best
Anthony Edwards.
downhill threats. The reason why they weren't able to push it to 7 is because their defense wasn't up to par to actually deal with their offense. Now that you bring Jalen McDaniels there, now they have another person to really guard that Jokic and
Jamal
that
Murray,
Jokic and Jamal two-man game. Now that is now not neutralized, but it's hampered. That actually allows their offense to get to the stage where it can actually win them games. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyways, I think we kind of went on a tangent here. That's besides the point. But to go back to what we was originally talking about.
Because I wasn't even talking about the postseason. I was talking about ending the regular season. Ending the regular season. The Timberwolves are going to be a top 3 seed. I think it's rather like apparent now. I think the Thunder are going to be a top 3 seed, and I think the Nuggets are going to be a top 3 seed. I think those 3, at the very least, are going to be top 3 seeds because they have shown thus far, like barring injuries, of course, to be the most consistent on the offensive and defensive end throughout the entire regular season, and it's realistic. Like, it's not like the Thunder are going on a hot streak. They're doing the same stuff that they were doing last year. They just have Chet now, and even if Chet drops off, like you still have Shai, J-Dub, you still have Josh Giddey, you still have Lou Dort. Like, you still have rather consistent pieces to be able to help you on both ends. So I think OKC, the Nuggets, and Timberwolves are going to be a top 3 seed. So no, I don't see the Lakers being a top 3 seed. A-Sturdy gave you kudos, though, said you were cooking with the T-Wolves point, even though he was cooking himself. But real quick, J-Rob, Lakers top 3 seed. Top 3 seed by the end of the season. Do you see it happening?
I mean, with what they have, for sure. I'm not gonna put it at actually something that's not possible. But I just think they gotta go on a run, and I do think there might have to be some legitimate coaching changes because I just think I think in some games, no bullshit, I think the Lakers in some games make it harder on themselves. So yeah,
I agree.
Well, J-Rob, I know you got to head out, man. But real quick,
yeah.
Will you leave?
Yes, sir.
I got to put you in the torture chamber.
Hey, what's up, man? Let's get it.
I gotta do it to you.
Let's get it.
So I'm going to be doing another YouTube Shorts, guys. This is who is better, LeBron James passing edition.
Let's get it.
All right. So I'm gonna name these players, and I want you to pick either LeBron or that player. Okay.
As a better passer.
As who is he a better passer than?
All right, let's get
All
it.
of these players are all time. All these players are all time.
All right, let's go.
All right, Magic Johnson.
Magic.
All right. I was just checking. Steve Nash.
LeBron.
Okay. Jason Kidd.
LeBron.
Okay. John Stockton.
LeBron.
All right. And then we got one more. You ready for this one? Nikola Jokic. All right. You did better than the last one. He passed on the question. So
Hey, man.
No Jason Williams? Come on, man.
Oh, wow.
Give me white chocolate, baby.
Listen.
Come on.
I had to check.
We live in a world where this nigga said LeBron over Nash quite confidently, but he said he looked at Jokic was like, yeah, nah, we good on that. That is crazy.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I should have went all the way. I really should have went all the way with the filth, honestly. But I really do rank LeBron James's passing. I do think he's really one of the greatest passers to ever play the game. I do generally put him over John Stockton, and I do generally put him over Steve Nash. And I'm gonna be honest, like, I'm actually not as high on Steve Nash as most. I actually think the Players' Choice community loves Steve Nash a little too much to me, honestly. I think I can think of a lot of top guards that were on those Phoenix teams that Steve Nash was on, same position. I think they would not only have gotten the same production, but I think there are some players that would have had a better level of production in the same scenario.
What?
And those players, I will not say the names of those players because it'll cause a big ruckus.
If
This
I
is
just
just all
say
matter of
Stephon
my.
Marbury,
This is all my
Obviously,
opinion,
Tank
though.
trying to call
This is
you
all
out
my
already.
opinion, though. This is all my opinion. This is all opinions. You know, like I love
he
Steve
about
Nash
to say
game.
Stephon Marbury. I'm crying, dog.
You know, but you know, if Jason Kidd was in that situation, I think he's doing the same thing. MVPs and all.
All
that.
right,
Not
yo,
look,
J-Rob,
Chad is
hey,
asking for names.
hey,
They're asking for
J-Rob.
names.
I feel like Chris Paul is doing the same thing. I feel like if let me not say this last name because
Say it.
Nah, go say it. Say
I
it.
overrate this player. So I'm gonna say that
On purpose.
on purpose, but I also just overrate him because I think he's a phenomenal basketball player.
Okay, who?
Like I take this player at his prime over Chris Paul any day of the week.
Who?
And I've said this multiple times, and it's not a popular opinion.
Russell Westbrook?
Give me Rondo, man.
Oh,
give me Rondo. Wow. Give me Rondo. Give me Rondo. Give me Rondo. Rondo on them teams.
J-Rob.
Phoenix doing the same thing. Rondo was the engine. Was the engine in Boston. Was the engine in Boston that nobody talked about enough. And I know this is nasty takes. I know these are nasty takes.
Me.
These are nasty takes. Now, these are nasty takes, fellas. I want everybody in the chat to know that this is all my opinion. I know these aren't the best takes right here. Don't use these as my takes and say this is my standards on everything. I am biased to certain players. Rondo helped my glorious king get a ring, and I'll never.
J-Rob, you gotta go.
Did y'all remember Bubble Rondo?
We taking this out on Daryl. Bubble
Rondo was crazy. Bubble Rondo was crazy. Then you got to remember, Ring Ron, Celtics Rondo. Honestly, Rondo is just a different guy, bro. He's a walking triple dub.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm sorry about that. I let him go off with this shit. My fault, dog.
No. We needed that. That was awesome.
I'm really laughing though because I know that shit sounds crazy, but like,
bro, I'm gonna tell you how crazy it sounds. I'm gonna tell you how crazy it sounds. Bam Cave went on a whole tirade.
I know that's not it. I know they don't like this one. I knew they wasn't gonna like this one.
Have a blessed day.
He said that stack of boxes gonna fall when they.
So you mad that I don't like Chris? So y'all telling me? So okay. So outside of Rondo though, I'm definitely taking J. Kidd and Chris Paul over Steve Nash. And honestly, bro, whether y'all want to hear this or not, I think Jameer Nelson is doing the same thing in the same situation. I'm just kidding. That was me trolling. I was trolling.
J-Rob, you have somewhere to go. You have somewhere to go, J-Rob.
All right. I'll see y'all later. I appreciate y'all letting me come on. Y'all be good. This was fun. I definitely hit me up. I'll come on again anytime. Just let me know.
Let's
go. For sure. Especially on Sunday. This is actually a great time y'all do this. So if y'all want me to come on again, just let me know. Y'all boys be good. Man. See you soon, fellas.
All right, Jeff.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, I'm hurt.
Oh my god. Wow.
If he had said A-Slaw, I was gonna be out.
I said Jameer Nelson. I was like,
no. And you want to know what's crazy? Yeah. We got somebody that's in our panel, and he agreed.
About Rondo?
Yes,
I did.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Yo, it's fine if I kick him, right?
No.
You know what? Actually,
no. We don't do that.
Can't do that. Because apparently the co-CEO says that's a bad thing. So no.
I want you to put me on the big screen so I can tell you why.
Oh, big screen, D.
Let me tell you why.
What?
Look, let me tell you why. How
big screen D.
Look, Rondo was the engine for that team. You can't tell me with that Celtics team, without Rondo being the point there, that they're going to be winning a championship. Rondo was the reason that they won those games, why they got the shots they got. He's the reason for that team being successful. I'm sorry,
Okay, finish.
I'm just saying you can't hate on that. Rondo is really the reason why Boston was so successful. Yes, they would have made the playoffs without him, but to get there and win the championship, I'm telling you, he's the reason why they won that championship.
You done?
Yes, now I'm done. You can say you can
That
have a
wasn't
rebuttal.
really a big rant. I thought that was gonna be longer.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, I
No,
know.
for real. I thought I like was that big screen worthy? I don't know. Look,
No, it
chat,
really wasn't.
chat,
But
chat.
I
You tell
mean,
me. First off, Rondo was able to do that while playing alongside Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, et cetera, right?
Yeah, 3 Hall of Famers, yes.
No,
okay.
3 Hall of Famers, and not just 3 Hall of Famers. You also had excellent point of attack defender in Tony Allen at access. You also had another sharpshooter in Eddie House at access. Like,
Mhm.
we're just gonna act like they just didn't, like, that roster wasn't stacked. And even if you want to say, well, Steve Nash had Amari Stoudemire and Sean Marion, the defensive and offensive like help that he had at access is not near as dominant as the access that Rondo had in his second year. And then on top of that, who did Rondo go up against in that postseason run? You tell me, Daryl. You tell me.
I'm gonna look this up right now. Who they played in that postseason run?
Yeah,
Because that was the
you
two.
do
You
that.
do that,
You
sir.
do that because while we're over here being nasty and acting like Rondo was running the ship of that 2008 Boston Celtics team. No, Rondo was like the fourth option.
So they played
He was the
Atlanta.
fourth
They played
option on
Atlanta.
that. That's how good that team was.
They played Atlanta in the first round.
Yeah,
Which
nah.
Atlanta team? Which Atlanta
What
team?
Freeze said.
The
The
2018.
W Rondo PR team. W Rondo PR team, bro. Cause y'all over here, y'all are wilding. Y'all are wilding.
They
What is
they
wrong with y'all?
went to game. It took them 7 games to beat Atlanta.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Took them 7 to beat Boston. I meant to beat Cleveland,
Mm-hmm.
and then it took them 6. It took them to game 6 to beat Detroit, and then of course
They
ultimately
ultimately.
they. Yeah, let's not talk about that last series.
Okay. And then
It's a
in
lot of 7
2008,
games.
in 2008, do you know who Steve Nash had for that, who he went up against and who he had for that postseason run?
Yeah, he had the Lakers.
So he had to deal with a Kobe Bryant led Lakers team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which before that, who else he went up against? No, because actually, no, he didn't even go up against that Lakers team. I think he lost in the first round to the Spurs. Actually, now that I think about it.
So he lost to Tony,
Yeah,
Tony P?
They lost to the Spurs.
you
They lost
lose.
4-1.
Yeah, so you lose to the Spurs, who was what? They were a 56 team, a 56 win team, right?
They were the number 3 team in the West that year.
Mm-hmm. Whereas the Boston
I'm
Celtics
here.
were able to run roughshod in the Eastern Conference in 2008 against the Atlanta team, which Rodney, you tell me, did that Atlanta team
No.
have? No, I looked at that. Did they have any
I'm,
chance of
I'm
beating?
not. I don't even care who it was. No.
Okay.
I was
So
trying to figure out who was on the team, but either way,
Okay.
it didn't
No, you're
matter.
right,
There
Rodney.
wasn't
Yeah,
no
you're
star
right.
there.
Yeah, you're right, Rodney. There was Atlanta, Cleveland, even the best team out of the West in the Lakers. Nobody touted to beat that Boston Celtics team because they were that damn good. Yeah, you sitting over here giving kudos to Rondo for leading that Celtics team. No, he didn't. He did not.
So
This
you're
is
saying
crazy.
if Rondo was never playing with the Celtics, they're doing the same thing in the playoffs that they
Yes,
did.
yes,
Mm.
yes, yes. They're still doing that. That's
I don't know
happening.
if they would win the championship, but I
They're
would
winning.
still think.
What?
I
Ray
They're
don't
not
know,
Allen,
winning
bro.
that
Paul Pierce.
championship. I'm
You
sorry.
still have. All right. You still have Eddie House coming up. You still have Eddie House coming off the bench, which I would imagine would start. So that's floor spacing. Or you have Tony Allen. You have Tony Allen that you could be able to swap out. Well, no, because Ray Allen was the shooting guard. So no, it would be Eddie House starting, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Ken Perkins, and off the bench you'd still have Tony Allen. Like, no, you would still be good. That would still be good. They would be. They were so much better than everybody else that season that even if you took off their best playmaker, they would still run roughshod throughout the league. They would still run
so
roughshod.
much better. Then how come it took them to 7 in the first round and 7 in the second round to even get to the finals?
I'm just saying, Rondo was there, so
I mean, like it took him 7. It took him 7, and Rondo didn't have a good series that series.
But you said they still would have went without Rondo. So they went to 7 with Rondo.
No, but Rondo wasn't okay. Rondo was not impactful in that series. So even if that's your argument,
I disagree. I want to say this. I want to say this. Listen. Rondo is not the best player on that team. Stop being. Let's actually sit down and think about this. This team was KG's team. That team was predicated on their defense. And who was the backbone of that defense? An older version of KG. Without KG, this team was called. Yes, we get it. Without any of those players, they don't get past the first round because they went to 7. I'm not denying that. But I'm talking about when we get to the finals, we understand the amount of impact what KG brought for that team. And watching throughout the regular season, we all know what KG brought to that team. I'm sorry. I get what you guys are talking about. I get what Rondo brings for them on the offensive end, actually being able to watch plays develop and then throw and pass it into them so they can get good quality, not like high quality, but good quality shots. Yes, I get it. But when we sit down and we honestly think about what we're saying, KG's ability to rim protect, help defense, slide his feet, always be able to not get beat on the defensive end. I want you to know that the 08? The 08 finals is one of the best defensive defensive series by one player that we've seen. I need you guys to really sit down and just chill out for what you're saying. Please chill.
And I'm gonna say this too. The Celtics, if the Lakers are healthy with having Bynum, the Celtics aren't winning that series.
Agree. Hey, the sky is blue, the grass is green. It's too bad that never happened.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because the sky is blue is saying like no shit. Like, of course.
Yeah, like
just say no shit.
My whole thing is I disagree about the fact of where you say Zeno, like if you take any of them off, they're not winning the championship. Like I think,
Never said that.
You did. You said you said they're not winning the championship if you take any of them off.
I'm talking about when I meant that I was talking about the top 4 because that's what we usually talk
about.
No,
but that's what I'm saying. But when I say any of them, I'm talking about Rondo, Allen, Pierce, KG. I disagree with that because I think that's the case for Ray Allen. I think that's the case for Paul Pierce. I definitely think that's the case for KG. But Rondo is the odd man out. If Rondo isn't there, they still have good enough pieces. They would have made it. They would have made it through. They still would have made it through.
I think they would have made it through the East. I don't think they would have made it
because they were that damn good defensively and offensively. They had enough pieces. I think that they could have been able to form some type of offensive consistency, especially with the way Paul Pierce, Ray Allen was playing. KG was still giving. I think he was giving 19 points a game. While being a stretch for that standards, like being able to shoot from the mid range. Like I think if you put Eddie House in that point guard spot, I think they still are able to be competent. So yeah, but no, Ray Allen, Rondo is not. No, Steve Nash is not the one. Rondo is. Nobody in the top 10 is in Rondo's tier. Rondo's tier is competing like he's fighting the what's my guy's name? He's fighting the Ben Davis allegations. I'm sorry.
So the Celtics. So when the Hawks team that they had to play that they went to 7 with, Mike Bibby was point guard for them. So honestly, the roster the Hawks had, I feel like that should have never went to 7 in the first place.
You're right, it shouldn't have, but at the same time, it did. And Rondo was there.
We're talking about Mike Bibby, Josh Childress, Al Horford, Joe Johnson.
This is funny, though. Rondo, PR team elite, and on God.
Still put it up. You are.
Y'all are. I just want to say y'all niggas are nasty. Y'all nasty.
You guys
Rondo
are
wasn't that good.
Yes.
Rondo wasn't that good, bro. Let's be like he was fantastic for the time that he was playing alongside those players. But after those players left, you noticed
the
very
funny
quickly.
thing is, Justin,
What?
what you're saying is you're not even displaying how much that they're overrating him, because you guys need to realize this Rondo, this isn't peak Rondo you guys are talking about, by the way. This is second year in the league, Rondo.
True.
Yeah,
this
like
is far more
that's
it
what I'm
Rondo,
is.
saying. That's
and
what I'm
you guys
saying.
are acting like
Even when Rondo was in his peak, it was rather evident that outside of passing, he didn't bring much. Like he didn't.
He played the point guard, the position that they traditionally always said the point guard position is supposed to
And
play.
so does everybody else in my top 10.
He wasn't a score first point guard like how you had other point
And
guards in the
you know
league.
what's funny? And neither was Jason Kidd. And Jason Kidd was better than Rondo. He maximized.
to be fair, he's an outlier defensive player. Come on now. Come on now.
No,
Okay,
I will agree with you on that.
Look,
Jason
I was
Kidd
about to
definitely
say,
is a
what
better-
about John Stockton? But he's another outlier defensive player.
No. John Stockton is even different because he's actually a scoring threat as well. I mean, to be fair, he doesn't look at the rim, but he's actually a scoring threat. He has a good mid-range jumper. He can actually score. He can attack the rim. In transition, he's actually aggressive. So he's actually a offensive like force. So that's different. Rondo is one of those players where like
That's just further evidence of just like why he's not in the top 10. Because even in Magic, if I would bring up Magic Johnson, like Magic Johnson is like he's better than him in every aspect of passing, and then he also has some type of scoring gravity due to his ability to post up at 6'9".
Yeah.
So
Rondo,
it's crazy. Yeah. I don't know why the hell we just spent 15 minutes on Daryl being nasty, but there you go, Chad. Welcome Daryl back.
You gave him the mic. That's the reason why.
Laryl in the chat. Laryl in the chat.
But when I said Laryl, I'm crazy. I'm not.
No, because now it's legit now. Now it's legit.
You hear that, Rod? When I called him Laryl, I was nasty. Now he can call him Daryl, right?
I told you it was Darrell.
It was Darrell.
Darrell, you're right. You keep forgetting Darrell.
Look, man. Daryl, man. All right, we have 3 more topics we need to run through real quick. Okay, I want to ask you guys based on with the way that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is playing. How do you think? And this question is for everybody, but I more so want to ask Zeno. How well do you think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's game offensively will transfer in the playoffs?
We saw some type of snippet of that, not as a first offensive first player, because that was CP3's team in the bubble, but we've seen snippets of that in the 2019-20 season when they're in the bubble, and how his offense can actually translate. I think the only issue he's going to have is he's going to have some type of issue with efficiency, because his foul grifting is not going to work as well in the playoffs as you've seen with a lot of players that are predominantly foul grifters. Not predominantly foul, predominantly foul grifters, or a lot of their offense does come from the line. You see a dip in free throws, but that's just because in the playoffs they allow you to be more physical, which makes sense. I think that's going to be an issue for him, but his own play style and the way he gets to his own offense, I don't think is going to be. I think it's straight up kind of bulletproof outside of his 3-point shot, because he doesn't rely on athleticism. So if you put a strong, what's called a more athletic wing on him, it's not like that's going to stop him. His way of getting to the rim is very consistent. His changes of pace is able to start and stop, and his mid-range is automatic. So he has this 2-stage game, because we usually say 3-stage scorer. He has this 2-stage game that's going to be really hard to stop in the playoffs. So that's the only thing. Although we did see him in the 2 playoff games last season, and one of them he played well, and one of them he played badly. I don't think that's really a good way of representing on how he could be good on in the playoffs. But I genuinely think, especially with having now a good second option in Chet, having good like every game, it could be Jalen Williams, could be Josh Giddey, could be anyone else. the fact that he already has a second option that can actually draw away some type of offensive pressure off him is going to allow him to get to his spots and just get to the rim easier. So I would, and especially how Chet is also a spacer. Jesus. One of the things that we were wondering about that team last season is like, who's going to be an actual spacer for that team? And now they have Chet, who's one of the best shooters in the league as a big. So that means he's drawing out the big as well. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. Picking up Chet 2 seasons ago was unironically probably one of the best pairings you could have with Shai. Because Shai being such a huge slasher, and then you have a 5 that can actually stretch the floor. Whew. Nah, that was amazing. But I think that Shai is going to translate well into the playoffs. I don't think there's going to be necessarily a defense that can actually stop him outside of the Timberwolves. If he plays the Timberwolves, thank you, fans. You know, it was nice knowing you, but you're going to be getting swept in. You're going to get put out in 4, or you're going to get swept, gentlemen swept in 5. But if any other defense, I actually think he can actually have some type of success. I think the Timberwolves is the only defense I don't think he's going to have success in.
Okay. Even the Rockets?
Yes, I think he has success on Rockets too.
Okay. Rodney, how do you feel?
I mean, I kind of agree with Zeno. Don't want to, but I do.
That was unnecessary.
No, it was necessary.
Yeah,
I mean, Shai's got the ability to do a lot of different things with his change of pace, whether it's downhill or the pull up, the stop pull up, the step back. He's got a lot of different moves in his bag that he's going to be able to get a bucket when they need a bucket, and not a lot of players in the league can do that or have that type of ability to just say I can get a bucket. As you know, we've been talking about the top 10. Shai's name keeps getting thrown in the top 10 for a reason. Those dudes are just those dudes I can get a bucket whenever I want to get a bucket, but I can also get a bucket for somebody else. And that's where this game is kind of. I think if everything comes together for him in the playoffs, you're going to see the fact that those guys that don't normally get buckets are going to be open a lot, and he's going to find them. And they're going to do pretty well. So,
all right, real quick. Chat from Tank Jones says the only reason we didn't have a close game last year in the offs is because Shai got his eye black. J-Dub and Isaiah Joe's growth has been beautiful to watch. Zeno, you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, one thing. Isaiah Joe, man. Philly legend. Isaiah Joe's growth I think it's been more on the defensive end, if you can correct me, Tank Jones, more than his shooting, because Isaiah Joe, even on Philly, has always been known as a movement shooter, but we've already had shooters on our team, especially at his position, so we didn't need him. J-Dub, we all know what J-Rob is. He's more of a mid-range to getting to the rim as well. I think he's been an inconsistent 3-point shooter, but I think it might have been better than now. If you can quote me on that, because I'm
looking at it right now. Isaiah Joe
36%.
The most part of his career has been like a 39% 3-point shooter.
I wasn't talking about Isaiah Joe. I was talking about Jalen Williams. Yeah, 36%.
He's shooting 36% right now.
On lower attempts. So yeah, he's more of a downhill to that. And he's also a good ball handler. He's also a decent passer as well. So yeah, that the growth in those two players are really nice to watch, man. And Shai gives you a lead. That's the other thing this season that we need to talk about. Shai has been a good defender this season, which is why he's now in these top 10 talks.
Shai and Ted have been our most impactful offensive and defensive players. I think that
defense is. I'm actually surprised about Chet's defense, to be real with you. I didn't expect him to be this good.
I'm surprised about him.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
He's getting a lot of blocks that I wasn't expecting him to get. But I'm happily surprised.
It's
I'm
always
not
good. To see,
surprised.
it's always good to see people develop. Yeah, what were you saying?
I was saying I'm not surprised with what Rodney's saying about Chet with the blocks he's getting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not surprised because I saw it in Gonzaga a lot because I did watch his college when he was in college. I watched Gonzaga a lot, so I saw the potential he had. So coming into the league, I knew what he was capable of doing,
Yeah.
and what he was doing was basically what everybody talked about Wembanyama being able to like use his length to shot block.
And
Hmm.
then
But we
uh,
can't always say what they do in college is going to translate though.
Which
absolutely,
is
There's
very
too
that
many
is
true.
people
that
that
is
have been drafted and nothing translated, but some of them
that
had
is
to change something about their game to make them available to play in games.
that is true. But even like I don't know. I guess maybe it's because of what I saw in was it the summer league? Was it the summer league?
Yeah.
He
Summer. No,
yeah,
he didn't
summer
play.
league.
He didn't
No,
even play in summer league.
I thought he got hurt before the summer league.
He
Yes,
was
he
playing
played in
pro-ams more than he
Prime.
was in
Yeah,
summer
but
league.
well, it was. I got to see him like. Well, no, I'm trying to basically what I'm trying to like talk about is when he was working out with Joel Embiid. Was that doing summer league or pro am?
Prime, pretty sure.
Okay, when he was playing with him and he was guarding him, like seeing how he was guarding Joel Embiid rather well, even though it was just drills, I was seeing like the foot speed and how he was able to keep up with arguably the best offensive big in the league. And I was impressed. So no, I wasn't surprised by his defense, but his offense is what I didn't think was going to transfer over well because people were talking like similar to Kristaps Porzingis about how he's a unicorn and stuff like that. And I'm like, we're throwing the unicorn name out like far too often. So I was writing him off due to like the stigma against other players. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
They get the
even
same title.
unicorns.
And so to see that he's actually a unicorn, I'm like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's always a good surprise.
I still think even as a unicorn defense, what's called unicorn, it makes sense even if his offense wasn't this polished because of how mobile he is as a 7-1 player is insane to me. He's a 7-1 player moving like of course Wemby seems more fluid than he is, but he's a 7-1 player
Does he?
moving like a I think Wemby is more fluid. But I think the 7-1 player moving like a wing player is insane to me. He's moving like a wing when he's
Yeah.
getting into his shots, his ability to put it on the floor and to get to the rip. Like she is actually yo. But go on to the next one. Yeah, it's mostly on defense. Case and Wallace and Bertans from Dallas may have been the fleets of the draft. Yeah, Case and Wallace, man. I don't know what crack they put in Case and Wallace drink, but this guy, it seems like whenever he touches the ball and he's taking a shot, it's going in. It's going in. Like I
I
have not
haven't
seen
I
this
haven't got to
guy.
see I haven't got to see Casey Wallace. Is he's that good?
I don't
Yes,
know,
he's a
man.
good.
I'm looking.
It's
I'm
like
looking at his
the
numbers, and you look at somebody who's shooting 50% from both the field and the fucking three. I mean, he's not taking a lot of threes, but if this is what he's doing on a day-to-day basis, they need to put him in the
I
lineup a little bit more.
I just want to say to you, yeah, Case and Wallace is averaging 12 points on 72.7 true shooting.
God damn. Well, how many shots
Yes.
is he taking?
He's taking 8 shots. So it's on low volume, but 72.7 is insane.
But still, if
And
he's the part that impresses me that I don't think people talk about enough is when you're only taking 8 shots a game, and I don't know how many minutes he's playing, but I would imagine it's not like a large amount of minutes due to him being a rookie, right? Like
he's playing where's the minutes played? Jesus Christ. Karen. 20,
no, but
22 minutes.
He's playing 22 minutes.
Yeah,
Like
so that's a lot. That's a lot.
in 22 minutes on the court, into you taking 8 shots. Like the disparity of how many how many minutes go by before you take your next shot is like inconsistent. And so when you're shooting that high of a true shooting percentage, understanding that those shot disparities are in like different moments and stuff like that, that's what really impresses me. So no, yeah, shout out to Casey.
On the other thing is, yeah, we talking about his scoring. He's actually a good playmaker, passer as well. Don't look at his assists. His assist doesn't show you how good of a passer he is. He actually is a good assist. He's actually more of a point. He's probably the most point guard like player on the team.
So do you think that this is more of a reason to get off of? Actually, he's just. I think he just said it. He said. I think he said it right here.
We need Kitty on the bench
on the bench in case and starting. Yeah, I was just about to ask. Do you think that that's more of a reason to have him starting as the point guard and getting off of Giddey's contract and not re-signing him? Because I think it's coming up where they're gonna have to give him that rookie extension. But again, shout out to Tank Jones, man. You've been in here this entire chat, man. Thank you so much for watching it.
Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the Miami Heat and their quiet success. Big shout out to the Heat, actually.
Quiet success. Yo, don't let Gabe hear it.
Quiet success this season due to, they've been falling on the, like, let's keep it a stack. Who have we heard talking about the Heat this season? So far.
We've been talking
19
about Jimmy
games.
Butler's,
How many people have been talking?
hair.
Like, we've probably been talking about Bam, but when we're talking about the Heat, we thought that the Heat was supposed to fall off because they lost Gabe Vincent and Max Strus. Yet here they are. They're beating competent playoff teams like the Lakers. They're beating competent teams like Cleveland. Like, they're able to pull these games off. Now, not to say that they're not beating up on some of these bad teams. They beat up on Memphis. They beat up on Washington. I think they beat up on Chicago as well. They also but they've also like been winning quality games. Like the win that they got
They
against
also
Indiana.
lost to Chicago too. Just want you to know that.
Okay, which one is impressive? Losing a close game to Chicago, or completely like beating Indiana at their own game in a high scoring matchup?
They lost was 97-102. They won 18-100. 118-100.
No, they beat Indiana 142-132.
I was talking about the Chicago.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, no. What I'm saying is that loss that they had to Chicago was a close game. So you losing to a bad team versus you going up against, I think, the best offense. You're going against.
Is Indy considered a bad team?
Huh?
Is Indiana considered a bad team right now?
No. I said you beat you losing to a bad team in Chicago, right? In a close game. See, if you lose close games to bad teams, the bad team just had a good night. But the Indiana gave you their best, and you still were able to beat them. That's what I'm asking. Which one is more impressive? If it like between the two? Because the next time that they got to see Chicago and they came with their best, they blew them out.
Yeah, I do want to say, did you talk about Bam? Like how Bam's been this season?
No. I haven't even got to go to it.
No, we haven't gotten there yet.
Talking about this, but yeah, Zeno, do you want to talk about it? Well,
yeah,
real quick,
I want to first exactly what I was going to do. Yes.
Yeah, Sturdy says I need to see playoff translation before you call SGA a top 10 player.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Half your top 10s don't translate Sturdy. He are competing because of his camera. That's crazy.
Cook tank.
That's crazy.
Dang.
He are
competing because two. Hold on. Wait, who's moving now? Heat are competing because two primary factors: Spo and Bam improvements. And Tank Jones Bam has been scary this season. Yeah.
So let me get back to this one. The B are competing because of two primary factors: Spo and Bam improvements. First one, Spo being. I feel like this is always. I think people kind of state this, but we don't really factor in how much this means.
Facts.
Spo being the best coach in the league means a lot.
Yep.
Spo being able to hide defensive neutrals or negatives and still like being able to hold teams under their averages needs to be talked about, or holding them to their averages needs to be talked about. The fact that Spo is able to even allow players that are not necessarily offensively gifted to thrive on the offensive end also needs to be talked about. Spo is such a great coach, man. And then Bam, what have we been talking about Bam for the past 3 seasons? He has the ability. He has to get to the mid-range. He can actually finish at the rim. Why doesn't Bam do that more often? He needs to really turn his head on and just go get to the rim, go take those shots. You are that guy, Bam. And this season, Bam, for some reason, said, you know what? I'm tired getting to the finals and getting my ass bopped by these super teams, man. I'm tired of getting my ass torched by the Nuggets. I'm tired
That
of
nigga
getting
said
torched by the
tossed.
Lakers.
That's crazy.
He said,
Tossed.
I said torched.
You said
I
toss.
said
You
torched.
said toss.
I never said torched. Rodney, did I say that?
No. Go to the other point. Go to your point.
Rodney, did I say that?
Oh my god.
I just want to talk about the fact that
All right, bruh.
Jamie Jaquez Jr. has been, as I thought from Summer League, a tremendous pickup for Miami.
It's Jaime Jaquez Jr.
Yeah, it's
My
Hami.
bad. It's Jaime.
Yeah, Hami. Yeah.
The J is silent.
Yes,
The
it's
J
like
is silent.
I don't know where he from, so I didn't know. Shut up.
He's Hispanic.
it's not that's not silent. It's you just pronounce J with a H accent.
What?
Okay, look here, Jamaican
Daryl said
and
it's
goddamn
silent,
fucking
it's
London boy. Shut up.
All right, bruh.
All right, bro. Chill out before
All
I
right,
come.
bruh. You need to relax. Don't do that now. Whoa.
Bruh,
What's
you only
blood
live
doing?
30 minutes down the road, man. I will pull
Bring your
That's
big head
crazy.
behind here and get put down.
Okay. Let's go back to this conversation because now you guys are wilded. But apparently Jack Joe says I heard nothing's All right, well, I guess I did say that accidentally. Whoops, my fault. But the ability, him now getting way more aggressive, hunted for his own shots. He's still the playmaker that we know him to be. He's still able to get to the rim. He's now taking more volume and he's making them even more. And then at the defensive end, we all know what Bam is, a top 3 defensive player in the league. We all know that. So the fact that when you add all of that together, a player who's even more aggressive when he gets to his own offense can actually make at a good enough level. I'd say he's probably the 4th best passing big in the league because it goes Jokic, Sengun. No, he's the 3rd best passing gig. I don't believe in DHO merchant.
Sengun is not a D. Oh, you're talking about Sabonis.
Yes. So the top 3 passing big, and then one of the best playmakers in the league. Yeah, of course, he's doing everything out there. So
I feel like we're missing somebody.
Yeah, I feel like we're missing someone, and I can't remember.
What, on Miami?
No.
No, passing bigs.
Sabonis?
No.
Already said DHO, man.
It was breaking up, so I didn't hear it. My fault.
I mean, well, Giannis isn't a big, right?
We don't. Well, when I say bigs, we're talking about centers. So.
Okay. No, actually, the more I'm looking through it right now. No, he's at least in the Eastern Conference. It's not a discussion.
It doesn't matter. So that's what he does for that type of package. That's really good. And I think this season, that he's going to really enter himself into the possibility becoming a top 15 player.
Oh, Draymond.
No, not the season.
You know he's not giving him love. He's not giving him love.
Me? Yeah, Yo, you be acting like I don't give Draymond love. That's crazy.
Draymond is a better passer than Bam Adebayo. He's a better passer.
The only warrior I make fun of is CP. Is Chris Paul. That's the only warrior I make fun of. Oh, and Clay's washed ass. Clay's washed ass. But other than those two, that's the only two.
Yeah.
That I make fun of.
The other 2 he used to clown on, they're gone. Got them niggas out. Got them niggas out of there. So, yeah.
Wait, who's the other 2? I know
Jordan Poole and James Wiseman.
Fraud and Paul and who?
And Wiseman.
Wiseman. Okay.
Not so wise.
Fraud and Poole, man.
No, I don't know. I don't know why y'all are acting surprised. Like, I didn't think it was a hot take to say Draymond is a better passer.
No, this season is
not to say Bam is bad.
This season's not it, my guy.
This season? Well, he hasn't played enough games. Yeah. Okay. I guess it's fair. But yeah.
Paul's hilarious to watch. It's crazy. Okay, so
you watch it? Oh God, rest your soul.
My favorite is when I hear Americans say, "Oh, God bless your heart." That shit makes you cry. It's so funny.
I don't know what to tell you. But like, what is the difference in Bam's game right now, or is there any difference like from now compared to the last couple of years where we've been waiting for him to be this aggressive?
I think it's the aggressiveness.
That, and I think he's just gotten better as a mid-range shooter consistently. The more he's played, I think his ability to get to the mid-range has just been much more polished.
Yeah,
he's always had a mid-range. I just think now he's actually getting to it and hunting for it way more.
Do you think it'll benefit him?
Yes.
In the postseason more?
Yes. I think another thing that he needs to work on is really getting to the rim itself. When he's able to do that, then he will really become a real problem. But right now, that's the only issue I have with Bam, man. The issue I have with Bam is, yes, I do know you have the mid-range, but you need to get to the rim. You need to force contact so you can actually boost your efficiency with free throws. And right now he is shooting a lot of free throws for his own on purpose right
standards.
Now. He's shooting 7 right now. So that's good. But he needs more than that, because in the postseason,
you think he needs more than 7?
No. Listen to me. In the postseason, he's consistently shooting 2.8 in his first year. The second year, when he went to the finals, he shot 6.1, which is good. Then the next year, 3.3. Then the next year, 4.2. And then last year, 4.1. Those numbers, those 3 to 4 free throws are not enough. You need to be getting to the line 6 times minimum. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. That's fair. Okay. Daryl, what do you say about the Miami Heat and how they've been successful, how they still been successful even though they lost out on Gabe Vincent and Max Strus this offseason?
Their success comes from coaching. That's where I think their success comes from, because if you looked in the past, it didn't matter which players they had, they've always made the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm never going to say if they ever have a team without Jimmy Butler, without, Strus, Vincent, without those guys, even before the time that, even let's say if they're in a situation where Miami was to never get those guys, I still see them in the playoffs and they're being successful. That's how I feel about Miami. Yeah. It's never going to be a year where you're going to say Miami has no chance to make the playoffs. They're always going to have a chance to make the playoffs.
Okay. And Rod?
I mean, yeah, I think their coaching as well. Everything that I've seen from them, regardless of who's on the court, they play team basketball extremely well. They do have some lapses in scoring sometimes, but I think Bam's upgraded play, along with the guys who they replaced Strus and Gabe Vincent. They didn't do terribly, and honestly, looking at the fact that Caleb Martin hasn't been playing, he only played 10 games this year so far. It may be some troubling waters for teams going into the playoffs to play this team, because they're gonna bring it every night, and you got playoff Butler.
And you want to tell them
you said that last year, and playoff Butler made you shut up again.
He did it for a series against my team, and then he did it against my team, and then once he went up against every other team, he decided to be like,
no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that, because he got ankle injury, which really kind of screwed him, because his game is really speed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, but I'm saying he did against my team, and then for whatever reason,
he really did slap the shit out of your team, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What are you doing? All right, first of all, he spanked the shit out of your team. This is why I never fail to get on your damn team, because your damn team with your superstar is always getting had by them damn Celtics or the Heat.
Hey, so
and then
hey,
you
hey,
end up
man.
Or
running
Atlanta,
talking
or
about
Atlanta,
Listen.
or Atlanta.
or
Don't do that.
Atlanta,
Don't
or
do that.
Atlanta,
Don't do that.
and
Don't do
y'all
that.
be
Don't do that.
running around talking about some man. Wait until Joel Embiid playing healthy, he gonna be
Wait.
he'll be able to
The difference is the difference is for the most part we're playing we're losing to teams that make sense that we lost to. Other than the Hawks, the Hawks was egregious. I'm not gonna deny that. But the Heat that year, that season. Sorry, I'm not sorry. Yeah, but like, how is Embiid supposed to dodge an elbow to the face? I just want you to tell me that.
Man, I want you to tell me.
For the Celtics, when we lost to the Celtics, no, wait. When it comes to the Celtics, losing to the Celtics is a actual clearly understandable thing because the Celtics for the past few seasons have had one of the most talented teams in the league. So us losing to them is actually not that bad.
Y'all had them.
No, last season. No. Last season when we lost to them.
3-2.
Once again, when we lost to them last season, I understand. I'm not denying that was still us losing. We shouldn't have lost that. But it's way more probable for us to lose to the Celtics than you getting your ass beaten 5. So don't talk to me like that, bruh.
Or get dunked on.
Bruh. Yo,
this is random.
Yo, listen. You had Jimmy Butler put 100 points in 2 games on your head. And you're trying to talk about us.
You let Jason Tatum miss every single shot into the fourth quarter, and he dropped 40 on your ass.
Sure.
No. You don't talk that way to me. You don't talk that way to me. You know, you had the left-hand bandit, Jaylen Brown, still somehow show to be good enough to have the Celtics trump y'all while y'all were up 3-2.
You allowed the rim runner Jimmy Butler to drop 100 points on you.
No, I'll let you talk. You let me cook. Giannis went down after game 1, and we stole the game, and they proceeded to get our ass whooped because the front office or Budenholzer didn't want to put Giannis in. Y'all, on the other hand, proceeded to let Jason inconsistent Tatum.
So what happened to
Embiid? Sit there for a whole half and not give you nothing in the second half.
What happened to Embiid?
And then that's not good enough. The season before, you let Bam Adebayo and Jimmy cook your ass while Joel Embiid is sitting here whining about an elbow to the face. Okay, that's not enough. How about the season prior when y'all let
the fact that he's cooking disingenuously, by the way, guys.
Dunk all over y'all. Hey,
I want you to know
hold on, Ronnie.
He's being disingenuous right now. He's smiling because he knows what I'm saying is true.
On your star player's head.
I want you guys to know this guy Justin this whole time was trying so hard not to laugh while he was being just disingenuous because he knows how bad that loss was. And he's trying so hard to dodge that accountability. But he knows letting a rim runner score 100 points on you on 2 games is insanity.
All right, now you're being disingenuous because we both know Jimmy is not just a rim runner.
He is not.
That is crazy.
Ain't no way a lob catching bait is scoring 100 points on us. That's
okay. And ain't no way a 6'10" James Harden is dropping 40 and a half on us.
Oh, what you mean? One of the 6'10" James Harden is actually that's elite.
6'10" James Harden dropping 40 and a half.
That's elite.
I'm
sorry. Yeah, I'd rather 6'10" James Harden drop 40 than lob catching big drop 100 in 2 games.
If lob catching big is as great of a defensive player as Bam Adebayo is, I'm sorry, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. He's doing his job.
This is random. So
let's move on.
Where the heck did what's his face Frio dropped in 26 the other night against the Celtics without Embiid and
Patrick Beverly?
Yeah, Patrick Beverly. Where the freak did that come from?
Beverly,
I don't know. Why don't you ask your Lakers where that came from?
The reason why, right, is that firstly they're actually putting you guys did put the ball in Patrick Beverly's hands, but I just think that Patrick Beverly, when he's more unhindered, is just able to make those shots. It's weird though, because not only Patrick Beverly is playing good for us, Marcus Morris is playing good for us. What's his name? The powerful that we picked up, Nick Batum has been playing.
I thought you were about to say Robert Covington.
No, Rocco has been playing well for us as well. All all these
Forwards.
older
All these
older
forwards.
forwards and also Patrick Beverly that we picked up, they've been
Yeah,
playing well. Like
Nick Nurse.
Patrick Beverly, maybe not as a scorer, he's been playing well, but being able to play good defensively, him giving us like some good passing off the bench, and also being a really like dirty, grimy, trying to get into the other team's head, and just being a leader for a team is really good.
Yeah.
Nicholas Batum being a advantage creator, not advantage creator, but a connector, has been really good, and being good defensively and being smart and know where to position himself on defense is really good. Rocco being Rocco, even though he's older, has been really good, and even as a 3-point shooter, although it's on low volume, he's shooting 40% on 2.4 attempts. So, like all these old ass players that we're getting, they're actually performing. Now,
is Nick Nurse a top 3 head coach?
He's what?
What?
The sky blue.
Okay, I just want to make sure. No, because I think it goes Eric Spoelstra. I think Ime Udoka is the second best head coach.
Mm-hmm. And then
I'm with you on that. The turnaround for Houston is crazy.
And then Nick Nurse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. He said the sky is blue, like it hasn't, like
He
hasn't been like the Ty Lues of the world hasn't like been in a conversation sometimes and shit. Like what are you talking about?
Look. He been saying that.
No.
It sounds like a London thing.
The funny thing is, no, it's not. The funny thing is the fact that you are asking these questions while you Justin know that he's always been this good of a coach for a long ass while is crazy to me.
Okay, Zeno, but you have to understand this.
No.
We know that, but
Yeah.
there's some that don't know that.
I don't know. The fact that you pointed out your boy like that is crazy. That's crazy. Hey,
small ball merchant.
That's
crazy.
Superstar merchant.
Sage.
Ty Lue is a superstar merchant. Is crazy.
Sage just be wilding. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Sage comes here just to give off hot takes. By the way, we just to let y'all know, chat, we have an announcement we're gonna be making in a couple weeks, so please stay tuned for that one. But we have an
announcement.
Yeah, we got it. You know the announcement. You just you be forgetting shit. You be forgetting shit.
Now he's gaslighting me. Oh wow.
Okay. Anyway. Are the Orlando Magic contenders or pretenders? We started this segment last week.
Yeah.
And I want to continue it because I think it brings big nice conversations about these teams that really, like, to tell you the truth, they're rising. Like Minnesota Timberwolves last year were a play-in team, and now they're leading the West. So similar to them, the Orlando Magic, coming from not making the playoffs, they were a lottery team last season, to now all of a sudden being, I think, second in the East. I think that speaks to one, good coaching, and then two, speaks to player development. This year, I think Paolo has come into his second season being even better of a shooter. He's been even better of a finisher, and defensively, he's actually shown to take a step towards the right direction as well. Even as a playmaker, though, I do want to say he still is a mid playmaker in my opinion. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I take Franz Wagner. Franz Wagner.
You're right.
Oh, I am. Okay.
Yeah.
Franz Wagner. Defensively is taking another step. Offensively, I want Zeno to talk about his playmaking.
Why do you want me?
I want you to talk about his playmaking, because the reason why I want you to talk about his playmaking is I want Rodney to come back door and talk. Pause.
What? What? Nah, I'm not doing this.
I want Rodney right after you to then talk about.
No, Rodney, you can talk about those two. You're not coming back door. No, we good.
I want Rodney to talk about Cole Anthony and how he's been playing offensively, like coming off the bench for these guys, because he actually has been, like, I think this is his best, like his most efficient season all around. as a player and defensively. But yeah, I want you guys to talk about it. I want to give you guys the floor to be able to talk. And then Daryl, if you would, I would like you to kickstart with talking about whether they are contenders or pretenders. So, Rod, I guess we'll start with you because Zeno. Can you
Your
talk
wording makes no. You stop the wording anyway.
about?
Oh man, that's what you got.
Well, speak about Cole Anthony's resurgence as like the league's best, well, one of the league's best six men.
I mean, I haven't watched too much of their games. I think I watched like part of one of the games, but I've seen the culture change in Orlando for the better. Watching Cole Anthony coming off the bench, I think he has now accepted that part of the role. And he's been making plays all over the place, given that second lineup more serviceability. A lot more people that are coming off the bench, like Joe Ingles, is getting buckets, and they're getting fed good buckets, open shots. His creativeness has been pretty astounding. I mean, I've always thought he was a great playmaker, especially coming out of North Carolina. But I don't know what happened at last when he came in, or what the issue was. Probably because Jonathan Isaac was out. But watching Jonathan Isaac on the floor, they are. I'm about to pause. They are a very long team. Pause. They play team defense.
W
They're
pause
all over the
warning.
place. They they are all over the place defensively, and their offense is unselfish, to say the least. But they're led by Paolo, because without him, it really don't get started.
Facts. Zeno, can you speak about Franz Wagner's playmaking?
I'm not gonna be honest with you. I'm not the best when it comes to the Magic. I'm just fully aware of what Bronze brings to the team. He is a very good cutter. That's already one big thing that he's really good at. He's also decent in the mid range and getting to the rim in general, being a slasher or being a cutter. His playmaking, his vision is really good. Actually being able to, okay, I don't know why Blood just put this on, but all right, bro. Yes, someone tell me why he did this. Don't know. But oh shit, I think I did that wrong. Whoops, my fault.
Oh no.
But yeah, that's what I have to say. I'm not the best when it comes to the Magic in general. I haven't watched a lot of Magic games. I'm just fully aware of what makes them great. And one thing that one of the chat said, Tank Joes, thanks for coming through still, my guy. Anthony Black will be a superstar one day. Now, I don't know about him being a superstar, but Anthony nigga is the nigga, man. I ain't gonna hold you.
He is nigga is crazy. Anthony,
Did you let me?
Oh my goodness, bro.
So like,
we can never bring on TV.
What he brings
no,
on the defensive.
There goes our endorsements.
All right, bro.
Hey,
like,
can we at least get FanDuel as an endorsement? Like, can we at least
for real?
Okay, like you guys don't swear as well. But okay, let's move. Anthony Black as a defensive player,
FanDuel, you didn't hear
has
that.
been one of the better. Okay, buddy. Well, Anthony Black being one of the better defensive rookies in the league, has been a good passer, which is something that they need to do. Not really a good 3-point shooter, which is one of the biggest issues for me when it comes to their guard position. They really don't have any real shooters, 3-point shooters outside of Cole Anthony, which I think they should trade, and Gary Harris. Which, like, yes, Gary Harris is a 3-point shooter, but like he's not the one who's going to be handling the rock. So, although he spaces the floor, you're going to need your actual ball handler to space the floor as well as playmaking. So, Anthony Black has the ability to actually get into the stage where he is a consistent spacer. 3-point shooter, and also a mid-range and like a 3-level scorer, like at least a competent one, which then opens up the field and the game for Paolo and Franz and Wendell when he comes back, and Jonathan Isaac when he gets more minutes. Side note, Jonathan Isaac, he's back, man. He's back. But that's what I have to say to you guys, man. Yo, Anthony Black, he is him. I'm telling you, he's going to be. I think Anthony Black is going to be probably when they're all like kind of grown and into their own selves. I think possibly he can be the second best player on this team. I think if he's the best player on this team, I don't think this team is gonna reach the final, be the win a chip. But I think if he's the second best, this team can win a chip. I generally believe so. And what they've been doing is what Rodney said earlier about lengthy and all of that type of stuff. This team that's built with like 6'5", 6'6", 6'7" players at most of their positions, and then their big is 6'11", and they have so much what's called athleticism and length around all 5 positions that it's gonna be such a chore trying to score around them, and that's why they have a great defense right now. Like, look at all of that good defensive players they have on that team that can actually switch and that can actually stay with their man because they're they have good foot speed, or they're just athletic enough to recover after getting beat. That's just such a chore, and they're going to they match up with some teams that I think we don't really speak about, like the Cavs. I think they match up against the Cavs really well. I think they match up with Boston very well. They match up with a lot of teams very well. That's one of the teams that I think going into the playoffs,
Milwaukee,
teams are not gonna like to play against them. It's like they're like in my opinion, they're like the OKC of the East, in the sense that when they get into the playoffs, there's not going to be teams that like to play against them. Like, they're going to be the dark horse of that of the East. That's why I think OKC is going to be for the West.
They match up. You hit it right on the head when you said they match up against really a lot of teams very well, like playoff teams. They match up against Boston well. They match up against Milwaukee well. Even though they lost to Atlanta early in the season, one thing grew apparent to me: the size that they have from the perimeter to the to even the paint, it causes trouble for Atlanta. I think defensively they cause trouble for a lot of teams. And like, you would need your star player to get hot immediately from the perimeter, like specifically from range, for you to even have a chance to like outplay this defense, because they're so good.
I agree, Tank. I agree.
Oh, what happened? What did Tank say?
I agree, Tank. That is OKC.
It says off these.
Yes.
Why he didn't agree with Zeno? When Zeno said it, we won't talk about it. I also want to say, shout out to Jalen Suggs. Shout out to Jalen Suggs for his offensive.
Jalen Suggs, yes.
You said what?
Jalen Suggs, yes.
Why? Because he doesn't have a J or something.
No, I just was hating for no reason, but that could be another reason too. Yeah, he has no J.
I mean, he's shooting 36.9% from the 3-point line on 4 attempts. So
I don't know. I hate.
I see. You just hating. El Zeno. Lino in the chat. Jalen Suggs though, like on a real note, like a lot of flack that he was getting in the past like couple seasons was due to, for you to be a lottery pick and for you to come out and be a he been clutch. Oh yeah. For Jalen Suggs to be drafted so high in the lottery, and for him to come out and be so rough of a prospect, like that's cannot be spoken enough about how people were ready to give up on him, like rather immediately, due to how bad he was looking. But he was just an athletic like specimen, like, to be honest with you, at 6'4" or 6'3". And to be honest with you, never truly being a shooter. Like, even when he was playing, I want to say, was it UConn?
6'5".
Is 6'5"? I thought it was 6'4", 6'3".
Just checked. 6'5".
Okay.
Yeah, 6'5".
Yeah, for you to be playing and not to be that good of a shooter at the guard spot, and you really didn't come into the league as a good shooter, and people to expect you to develop that rather quickly, I felt like was unreasonable. And to see him this year to be rather consistent of a shooter while also being even better of a defensive player this year, and quiet as kept, developing pretty well as far as like a finisher. Like it was a play. I forget who I was talking to. He was guarding. I think Pascal Siakam ran into the paint. Jalen Suggs happened to be there. He gets an and one call, even though like no, it wasn't an and one. He went for a layup on Jalen Suggs, got the foul called, even though Jalen Suggs played that defensive possession like very well. And then Pascal misses the second free throw. Jalen Suggs gets the rebound, takes it coast to coast, and dunks and gets the and one of Pascal. Like that's the type of like energy that Jalen Suggs is giving this year, along with playmaking wise. He's making plays like the play he did with not Anthony Black, Cole Anthony a few nights ago, where he redid the LeBron and D Wade. I don't know if you guys seen that picture. It was a cool little sight to see. Like him doing stuff like that. That's the type of energy he's bringing on the court. And that's a large reason why he's earning these 27 minutes that he's getting. Because to be quite honest with you, to start off the season, they were starting Anthony Black over Cole Anthony and Jalen Suggs and Markel Fultz, because Markel Fultz has been out. So Anthony Black was getting a starting position over both of those. So for Jalen Suggs to be able to play the way he's playing to earn those minutes, like it cannot be spoken enough about how he is working very hard to take out that bust label that people are trying to put on him so quickly. Like he's only in his third season. But yeah, I want to go to Daryl to kickstart this. The Orlando Magic, are they contenders or pretenders?
Shout out.
Yo, shout out big fan Breezy. Salute, bro. Salute.
Go ahead, Down.
Me personally, I feel like from the games I've seen, I haven't seen their matchups against like playoff contending teams like, Boston, Philly, the Nuggets, like those teams. I've only seen them play when they've played against like weaker opponents like the Nets and the Raptors and the Wizards, where they've dominated. So I'm not going to go and say they're contenders just yet. I want to see how they match up against, the playoff caliber teams first before I even consider them being contenders.
Did you watch the Brooklyn game?
Oh well, I saw Brooklyn beat them, but that was
they
time.
Orlando was not dominating that game at all.
Well,
No.
I mean, I saw that
they
game,
got dominated. Actually,
yeah, they got worked, and they were frustrated.
Shout out Mikal Bridges, by the way. Shout out Mikal Bridges.
Beast. They got worked that game.
Yeah, shout out.
It wasn't a pretty sight to watch Orlando play that game, but they did beat Denver. They did beat up on Boston.
Yeah, I don't hold that Denver game into too much stock. They didn't have. Yeah, the Nuggets did. I mean, yeah, the Nuggets didn't have Jamal Murray, and as we see, now that they have him back, it gets real nasty when you don't have that guy.
This is true, but they did beat Boston, who had their full team.
Yeah, they did. They beat Milwaukee as well.
But the thing with Boston though is like, they have full teams, and we've already seen that they can lose games to like the weakest opponents. Basically, like last season, getting blasted by like 20 points to the Wizards without their starters.
Mm-hmm.
So I won't even. That's why I'm not even gonna just jump straight to that, because you never know what you're gonna get from Boston.
Yeah.
I mean, last season.
I don't want. I feel like that's a lazy way. I feel like that's a lazy way to assess Boston situation because fair enough, you don't know what you're gonna get from the star in Tatum, even though I think quite as kept he's working on being more consistent like this season. I think he's actually been more consistent than the majority of the people on the team. And that's not really that. I mean, that's saying a lot because Kristaps as a shooter has probably been as consistent as we've seen him in a while. I think Jaylen Brown has been inconsistent. That's fair, but I think Drew Holiday, what he's giving you defensively, has been consistent. I think Derek White, what he's giving you offensively and defensively, has been consistent off the bench. No, I think no. Speaking about it, no, Celtics have been consistent.
I was gonna say, when is Porzingis back yet? Because I know he was hurt.
I'm not sure. I could check for you.
He had I think it was a calf strain.
Yeah.
On a pass. That's when I looked that up. It was on a pass.
Let's see. Kristaps injury a day ago. He's still ruled out.
Yeah, but that game they played Orlando.
Mm-hmm. And he was ruled out for the game against the Hawks and so on and so forth. So yeah, no, he's still out. There's no timetable.
Yeah, Tatum hit 26. Brown hit 18 on 6 of 22.
He's looking bad. The more I'm looking at Jaylen Brown, he looks bad.
That was wild, by the way.
He's looking bad.
But that whole team, I mean, Porzingis had 9 points. 4 of 9. Like, really?
What's going on?
We're talking about Boston right now.
I added him back in.
Okay, you did.
Yeah.
No, I mean, Porzingis was 4 of 9. He only had 9 points. So they didn't play well at all when Orlando came to play. And I don't know if they thought it was going to be a cupcake game or what, but Orlando said stop playing with us.
Yeah.
Don't play with my money.
Zeno, what the fuck? Okay.
What? But playing the Nets, they lost to the Nets both times this year.
Yeah, I think that to be honest with you, probably the next show we do, we gotta talk about the Nets because I'm seeing some Nets fans. I ain't gonna say no name, but I'm seeing some Nets fans
leave.
Be a little too. They're being a little too like over. They're either overcritical of their team or they're like putting too much stock into certain players. Like we need to talk. I feel like we need to. Yeah, don't say no names. I ain't gonna say no names. But they don't want to be honest about like their team situation and what they need. Like
no. I think you're discounting the fact that keep in mind. Where is he? Nick Claxton has only played 10 games out of 19. Yes. Ben Simmons has been out for how many games at this point?
I don't even know.
He's played 6 games. He's been out for 13 games at this point.
Yeah,
those were 2 big parts of the defensive side of the court.
No, but I'm not talking about on the defensive side. I'm not talking about on the defensive side.
Well, if you're going to talk about if you're going to talk about offensively, they're the number 6 offense in the league. I don't know what's wrong with you.
We even with them being the number 6 offense, have you been watching them? Like
it's been mostly predominantly on Cam Thomas just taking shots,
just lighting the league up, right?
Yeah, I mean to be honest, that's been Cam Thomas for the past 3 seasons. But
no. But okay. Second, so the team, what I'm saying is the team is good enough. They're going to make the playoffs, right? A lower seed, but they're going to make the playoffs. When they get into the playoffs, what should we all understand is going to be the case when they go up against the higher seed teams? What is the flaw that's going to be exploited?
They don't have a predominant shot creator outside of Cam Thomas. We are aware of that though.
And also
what
that they need Yes, they need a reliable playmaker that can be able to play make with some level of scoring gravity, right?
Agreed.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what I'm saying is when I go and I talk to these Nets fans, right? They're all either on one end where they say, "Oh no, we're fine. As soon as we get Ben Simmons and Nick Claxton, man, we're gonna be on the league's ass. The league can't stop Cam
I refuse
Thomas.
to
They can't
believe
stop Mikal Bridges. We don't need anything. All we need is time."
they do. No, that's,
No, no, no.
I think
Oh, no, no,
progressive.
no. They're saying this season they're
Oh,
gonna
never
be
mind. Yeah, I disagree.
okay. Okay. And then on the other end, you have the others that's like, man, we need to do something about Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is hurt. He's always hurt. He's been out for the majority of this season. He was out for the majority of last season, the season before that. Like, we need to get off of this contract. And we really, to tell you the truth, I think we need like a big shakeup. I think getting Zach LaVine would help us make deep runs and stuff like that. Like there's an extreme on both ends. There's an extreme on both ends where the Nets fans are not addressing the realistic problem, which is you need a reliable playmaker that's not Ben Simmons, because Ben Simmons does not have the scoring gravity to be able to create for everybody on a rather consistent basis. And then two, you need a more consistent shot creator that can be some type of viable have viable defensive value on the other end outside of Cam Thomas.
Yeah, just to go to catch on to what we're saying here. Challenger says, I'm high on the Nets because they probably be in the offs. And if you remember, everyone discredited them after the deadline last season. Completely true. I agree with that.
I agree.
They have been showing that they're still a real squad without all those all-time players on the team. That's the thing with this team. I think even if you was here earlier, we spoke about the Nets and how I think that the Nets secretly can actually be a top 6 team, simply because they're just going to be one of the best defensive teams in the league. And I thought that was going to be the case because they have so much good, lengthy and athletic wings. And then they have Ben Simmons, who, although is a power forward, let's keep it real, is going to be being able to play the guard position, which means that you have less defensive liabilities on the team, which then allows you to actually play Cam Thomas more minutes, which means he can shore up your scoring punch. And then, so pretty much what I was thinking is, okay, you're going to have a lot of good defensive pieces around one defensive liability. And then you're going to have Mikal Bridges and Cam Thomas being your main scorers. Yeah, you can be a top 6 team with that much, because I think that they could run out. They can probably be like a top 5 defense at the end of the season. Right now, right now, I don't think they are. They aren't. They're like 20th, but that's mainly because Nick Claxton, who is their best defensive player by a wide margin. This is the time, Rod, when you say clears. He clears everybody else on the team defensively. He's not played a lot of games, so that's where I would actually put that too. But still, being 20th when he's not on the court is still kind of crazy to me. I thought it would have been at least like top half.
Yeah. And to think that when we went on another panel that they were fighting us over whether Chicago was even going to be in the same realm as Brooklyn.
Who's going to tell him? I didn't have the heart to tell him. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Who knows ball? Who knows ball?
Yeah,
we do.
Wait. A study says this: what is more important, turnovers or rebounding? Which team would you GM for 5 years?
Yeah, I was just about to get to that. All right, so Daryl, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Rod, you there?
Don't think he's here.
Okay. All right. So us three, we're gonna round this out. Okay.
Yep.
End this up.
Yeah.
Oh, you there? Okay. All right. So we got 3 questions. Sturdy just gave us. I want each and every one of us to give our answer. I don't want any rebuttals to the answer that we get. We're just gonna give these answers because we gotta head out. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're gonna go Zeno. We're gonna go Zeno, Daryl, myself, Rodney. Okay. First, we're going to start off with this question. What's more important, turnovers or rebound? Zeno.
That's hard, man. I'm not going to lie to you. That's really hard. I would go for rebounding. Do I have to explain it?
If you want to, that's fine.
Okay. The reason why I have to go with rebounding is a rebounding stops you from what's called, if you're rebounding, if you're really good at rebounding, that means you close a play out or you gain more plays. So let's say you take an offensive play, you miss the shot. Okay, everybody, well, let's come crush glass. You crash the glass and you get the rebound. That means you're able to now have another offensive play for 14 seconds. So you can keep trying to pressure the defense to actually get the score off. If you turn over the ball, yes, you turned over the ball, but you can still also get it back on the defensive end. And on the defensive end, for when it comes to rebounding, you also can just straight up, stop the possession by making it only a one scoring game too. Drop the link. I got you, bro.
Yeah, go ahead and drop the link while we're doing this. Just to let you know, I'm putting a minute on. I'm putting a minute on each one of us because we got to get this rolling. All right, cool. Daryl, your turn. Go.
Rebounding, I think it's more important because it's extra possessions for you. Turnovers, like, it sucks, but rebounding, that's basically giving you extra opportunities to score. If it's offensive boards and defensive boards, it gives you possessions more on the offensive side.
Okay. Oh, very good. You did it in under 30 seconds. Okay. Rodney. Oh, wait, it's on me. I'm going to say turnovers because I think if you can protect the ball, it creates at least an attempt. It's more attempts that you could be able to have versus rebounding, where you can be as good of a rebounder as you want to be, but realistically, if you're not, if you're turning over the ball at a frequent level, not giving enough possessions for you to be able to outscore said team. Like the Warriors back in the day and stuff like that. That was a large problem for most of these teams, like the Oklahoma City Thunder. They turned over the ball so much that they were just giving the possessions right back to the team. So that's my answer. Rodney, go.
Yeah, I was going to go with turnovers as well. I do agree rebounds is very important, but I think giving up your possession is just so much more detrimental to the team to make a bucket.
Okay. And then Sturdy, is your question, but go.
True the
Oh
king.
yeah. If no, the reason I asked this question because I want to get some people's ideas. I thought everything y'all said, I kind of figured because I have the debate topic with Ox. Hopefully later today, it's not, it's okay. But the reason why I think it's turnovers is because two reasons why. One, there's more, and the objective of basketball, as we all know, is to outscore the opponent. The way you do that is through more possessions. More possessions means more opportunities to score. That's number one.
Agreed.
Number two, there's more varieties for you to accumulate turnovers. Unlike rebounding, which has to be a shot attempt then recovered by your team or the opposing team to be considered a rebound. Turnovers are not the case. Literally, at every step of the game, you could commit a turnover, whether it be from inbound violation, whether it be eight-second half backcourt violation, traveling, taking the charge, illegal screens. The point is because there's more variety and different ways you
Look at
accumulate
DMs.
turnovers. There's more ways for a person. There are more opportunities for the opposing team to get more possessions. Last thing too, the worst kind of turnover is worse than the worst kind of rebounding. In today's era, the worst kind of rebound is the offensive rebound, right? You get an offensive rebound, new possession. The defense isn't as set as before, but unlike other eras, it's only 14 seconds. It's not as impactful as it was in other eras. However, for turnovers, regardless of the era, a turnover has the same consequence. The worst turnover is a live ball turnover, which is say if I'll give you an example. Say if 2016 Kings versus Spurs, De'Aaron Fox come down. Kawhi, what he does, he strips them. Now the team's in transition. So not only your team is completely out of position, but also you get a transition point, which you all know you get the most efficient shots and the most easiest shots. Hence, that's why turnovers is slightly more better than
Yeah.
rebounding.
I'll be honest with you. I was thinking less of those type of turnovers. Though that was my issue. The more and more I think about it, I would go over the turnover. I just think offensive rebounds, the ability to now put pressure on the defense again for another 14 seconds, which they might not be in position to guard the 3-point shooters that are still hanging around the 3-point line because that both teams are kind of converging to try and grab the ball. That can actually mean that there's still actually kind of like a different type of transition, but instead of it actually mean getting to the rim, it's more like the 3-point shooters left wide open. You get what I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
guess it's go
the
ahead. Joe.
defense is out of position. And then what I'm saying is with the worst kind of rebound, which you're describing, which is offensive rebound and defense out of position, they have to scramble to recover. That's the worst kind of rebounding. However, even if that team that you gave that offensive rebound, you still have a chance to recover and once again, because of less 14 seconds, they have a lesser window. Then opposed with the turnover, which once again, like I said, the worst kind of turnover, which is a live ball turnover. The defense is completely out of position, and you can't just like unlike an offensive rebound where you can probably just foul the guy and he just earn it at the line. With the new rules today, if you foul a guy in the live ball turnover and he's in front of you, that's called a take foul. So not only he get a take, and you get a foul, but also they still keep the possession. The consequence is higher, and your chances of recovering from a live ball turnover is less than opposed to recovering from an offensive rebound.
Fair enough. I like I told you, it's really up to your own interpretation. So A30, I'm not gonna lie to you. You are moving me more closer to turnovers than rebounding, but I'm a big fan of rebounding.
And Zeno, that's the I didn't even give you the statistics, brother. Like I'm just giving you a taste of what happens to Ox if I see him today. That's all. And J-Rob, you can tell him that.
Yeah.
Wait, what time is it? What time is the debate?
It might be it should be 7, but Lamont hasn't said anything or posted anything. So if we don't have it today,
you know how my timing is. So it'll probably be like 6:00. So
what about your opinion, Mar?
What's going on, brother?
Yo, it's good, y'all. And I think the answer pretty clear is turnovers. And if you think about it in the extreme sense, let's say that you have 50 turnovers in the game and 50 rebounds. Which one is harder to come back and win from?
The turnovers.
Yeah.
Like there's no way you can win if you turning over the ball as much as you rebounding.
Agreed.
W30 for
like I said, like to get a rebound. Remember, what is a rebound? A rebound is whether your team or the post team recovers the ball after a shot attempt. It has to get to a shot attempt. The rebound is simply a consequence of the result of a shot attempt. A turnover, you even got to fucking get to that point for me to get a turnover. You got to get a shot for me to get a turnover.
And it's easier to score off a turnover because the rebound is usually in the paint and the defense got time to set. Turnover, it could be on the perimeter and it's a one-on-one fast break.
All right, real quick. We got to buzz through these questions because I gotta go. But
you ain't gotta go nowhere.
Well, Zeno ain't gotta go nowhere, so Zeno can fuck with y'all. But I gotta go to work. Which team would you GM for 5 years? OKC, Magic, or Rockets? Zeno, do you want to start?
I mean, right. I'm guessing when you said this is for right now, right?
Right now, going forward.
Magic.
Okay.
I think the curious case of looking at all that guard depth and wing depth and wondering what should I really focus more on, what I shouldn't focus more on. It's such an interesting and fun and fun thing to think about. Because you guys can sit here and tell me, no, you shouldn't trade away Cole Anthony because what he brings on the brings for their bench of the scoring punch is so much needed for this team. And even though he's not a great defensive player, he's gotten a little bit better as a playmaker. This team needs that. And I can say to you, I don't care about that because I need the defense and I need the playmaking. I don't need the scoring punch when I have Franz Wagner and I have Paolo. So we could have so many different opinions on the same team and we both could be right. That thought process of stuff like that is what makes me want to be a Magic GM more than I want to be like OKC or Rockets. Because I think those are way more clear than clear where the direction you're supposed to go to rather than the Magic, in my opinion.
Rodney, what say you?
It's a tough one, but I'm gonna go OKC. And it's not just because of the basketball, but the atmosphere is electric, and being a part of that kind of organization is always going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. The young crowds, everything about OKC is just fun.
Okay. I just realized, being the Magic GM and knowing that your most recent superstar is Dwight Howard, it's kind of crazy. Not gonna lie, but carry on. Mark, you go real quick. You got to keep in mind. You got a minute time before you give your point.
I'm picking the Thunder easily. They got the best player right now. They got the player with the most upside, and they have a perfect fit next to him with Chet Holmgren. And not only that, they got all those picks. Like they got the best player, perfect fit, and unlimited picks. They literally could do anything they want to.
Okay. Daryl.
Yeah.
Which team
What
will
was
be for 5 years? OKC, Magic, or Rockets?
OKC for sure.
Okay. Go ahead. Give your reason.
Oh, OKC for sure. I mean, I just like the talent that they have up there with Chet and Shai. And I feel like if I'm really going to be a GM up there, it's definitely going to be playoff contention every year. That's how I feel about it. And they definitely got the pieces to win a champion. Not right now to win a championship, but in 5 years or later, if I'm the GM, we win a championship. I'm letting it be known right now.
Okay. Sturdy. Go ahead before I go. Which
I'll
team
go
would
with
you GM
OKC.
for 5 years?
I'll go OKC for 3 reasons. One, their young core have a higher ceiling than the young cores of other teams. Number two, they
Shea
have
is
more
not young.
assets.
Just want to say that Shea is not young. Just want
He's
to point that.
25, bro.
He's 25.
Stop that
damn.
shit. We when we always do young players, we always do it 20. What's called
25 and under. 25 and under.
24 and under is always what
Okay,
we've
yeah,
done.
you're
Stop
tripping.
it.
Okay.
Now it's 24?
Nigga,
Ah,
you're
damn.
going into Sturdy's time
always
with
done
this.
24.
No, you guys
You're
are
going
trying.
into
You guys are
Sturdy's
trying.
time with this.
We got.
Fuck it. Fuck it. If you don't think 25 is old, fuck it. You old, then. Fuck it.
No,
But
for real, I'm
nonetheless,
26.
I
I'm
know.
old.
I'm
then,
20.
nigga.
I'm
All right.
22. I mean, I've been saying that to you, so you just started to realize.
no, but like their core have the higher ceiling. They have more assets. And the second reason, they have more assets to make their teams more contender faster. And even not, they can also make their assets to get even more good young talent. And yeah, and beyond, and last thing too, I think Chet and Shea have potential to be 2 top 15 players in this league. I don't see 2 top 15 players on the other teams, even at their best, in my opinion. That's why I would go with OKC. But the other cons, the other pros, what the other teams got with the Magic, they have the better defense. They have more young talent, and their draft is underrated, like y'all pointed out. Also for Houston, they have the better coach out of the three, and also they have the better market because Texas have no state taxes. And we saw in recent history they have no problem getting big name free agents. So yeah, I still
I'm going
go
with the Rockets. For that
Magic
exact
and Thunder defense
Rockets
is
have-
close though. Don't
Say it
sleep on the Thunder defense.
Oh no.
No,
Their
it's real.
defense is fantastic.
Yeah, they close.
But I think the slight difference with the Magic and the Thunder is like the Magic just have a little more length on their wings, and, so that's the slight difference. And even though they're slightly younger than the Thunder too, so that's taking that into account. So they have a little more depth for defensively, and also their wings a little more better defensively. They get the slight edge, but they're both great defenses. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, guys.
I'll go with the Rockets for 2 reasons. I think they have the second best head coach in the league in Ime Udoka. And the second reason is all of their contracts, all of the contracts that they have outside of the young guys are friendly, especially when we think about the fact that they're about to renew this TV deal. So a lot of these contracts that people think are crazy are actually going to be pretty good contracts to be on once we get to this cap increase. So those are 2 reasons why I picked the Rockets. And then the last question before I head out, which duo is better in a 5-on-5 setting? Thank you for saying that, because I think that's a question that everybody will have. We're talking 2-on-2 or 5-on-5. Bron and Kobe, Jordan and Akeem, Curry and KG. We're going to go backwards this time. We're going to go Sturdy first. We're going to go Mars second, Daryl third, Rodney fourth, and then Zeno. Obviously, I would go first, so that's why I didn't say that. I'm gonna go Jordan and Akeem. Are we talking about in this era?
Yeah, I guess yes.
That's a good question. Is it
That's
this
Are
era
we
or
talking about in
not?
this era?
This year.
If it
Yeah,
I'm saying, yeah,
I'm saying
let's
Curry
say
and
for this
KG
for this
might
conversation.
be
Fuck it.
Curry and
And
KG
if we're talking
might
about this
be,
era, I might fucking go with Curry and KG.
Curry and KG might be
Curry and KG in a 5-on-5 setting, that means that you can be able to like equip like the backcourt defense to cover Curry. You could be able to give a stretch big to allow KG to operate in the paint like a Brooke Lopez.
moving screens with
man.
KG and
Curry
then allowing
and KG might be
KG
on
to play
steroids.
that
I'm not even
Dream
gonna
League.
lie to you.
Hey, I want to know, KG is Draymond on steroids, bruh. Oh my
Curry and
god.
KG might be the craziest
On
duo.
cocaine. No, not steroids, on cocaine.
If we're
That is-
if we're talking about
Oh my gosh.
2-on-2, then then I think it leans more towards like the Jordan Hakeems, the Bronze, the Kobe's.
Kobe.
In a 5-on-5 setting, oh, Curry and KG.
I'm taking Curry and KG.
Curry and KG. And I think me and Zeno just we didn't already gave our answer. So we'll move on to Sturdy, then Mar, then Daryl, then Rodney. Zeno, you mind manning real quick? I gotta go ahead and get dressed.
No problem, Star.
I appreciate it, brother.
So the reason why I asked this question is because all four of these duos have you can find someone historically that's kind of related to them, like Zeno just alluded to. It's Curry. It's like a Draymond Curry situation, but in this case, if Draymond is Krillin, KG is Super Saiyan Goku. You know what I'm saying? And we look at the other duos like Hakeem and Jordan. That's a better version of Shaq and Kobe. And then you look at Bron and Kobe. That's literally a way better version of Jordan and Pippen. So the reason why I'm picking, especially talking about this era, I'm picking Kobe and LeBron is because I'm getting a little more variety. I get a little more flexibility, especially when it comes to Bron, because I can either decide to run him at the point or I can decide to run him at the power forward. And I seen LeBron with too many guys work with like different types of scores. And Kobe is better than all them dudes. Like the amount of damage that him and Kyrie was doing offensive end. Imagine what the fuck he's doing with Kobe. And that's not taking the fact that Kobe himself is a great defender and can play other positions too. So I think I'm simply put, to reiterate, I'm choosing Bron and Kobe. I'm getting a little more versatility and variety in terms of how I can build my roster. And let's be honest, that fucking offense is compete just as well as the other duos. And defensively, you're not missing that much either. So that's
I'm sorry, bro. The ability to say, "Hey, KG, guard anyone you want on the court." And by the way, KG, the whole entire weak side, I trust you to guard that whole weak side, and you can leave him to do that. It's insane to me. I think why am I even? It's my fault. I shouldn't even be doing that. Next to you is Mr. Mars. What's Mr. Mars? Your turn.
Exactly what you talking about with KG. I'm thinking the same way with Hakeem, but even better. And then Jordan is going to complement him on the defensive side. And I don't even got to mention what they're going to do on offense together. It's Jordan and Hakeem. Give me some 3-and-D players around them in the point guard. That's they would win out of these three teams easily. I can't say easily because all of these players is great, but I feel like this should be the duo that get the most votes. So we're gonna see, but sheesh.
Woo. I'm not gonna lie to you. Any of these three choices isn't that bad. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, it's not bad. That's why I can't say easily, but Jordan and Hakeem is crazy.
That defensive core is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Jordan and Hakeem being a defensive core is crazy. Jordan getting folded by the zone is insane. Yo, what the fuck?
Man,
all right,
man,
Elrod, it's your turn, man.
Oh, I thought Daryl was gonna go. Do you already know Daryl?
No, yes.
Yeah, you skipped me.
Sorry, my fault, Darrell.
Dang,
go ahead.
Zeno.
Darrell, your turn, man.
I say Curry KG combo, if we're talking about today, I think that duo is going. I think that duo is way better than the other two duos. And y'all know how much I like Kobe and LeBron, but the way Curry plays now, and then you add KG on top of that with his defense, that's just a better combination to me, in my opinion.
You know what? Hold on, I'm sorry to interrupt. That combination almost like Lillard and Giannis a little bit, kind of.
Curry and KG. That would be. I want you to know. Curry and KG is literally that comparing, but on crack and
Yeah,
steroids. Like,
that's tough.
I want you to know how insane that. Think about how crazy it is to have Curry, KG and Giannis. Sorry, KG and Curry in the pick and roll.
I think it's the same. I
Dame,
think it's the same
Dame
Explain the
way.
and
fact that
Giannis.
KG
Dame
can't
and
pop.
I
Giannis
think
is what.
I think it's the same way we just say with
Imagine
Bron and
Jordan and
Kobe
Hakeem
when they
guarded it.
run pistol action. Imagine fucking
Exactly.
Bron at the high post or Kobe at the fucking high post, and then
Mhm.
Bron or Kobe come off a pin down or Bron come off the AI cut, and then Kobe either playmaker on scoring in the post or LeBron's doing the same thing. Like we
Oh
literally
wait.
saw that same play. We saw a
Mhm.
lesser version of play like with Kyrie and in the Cavs between 2016 2017. That shit that specific action from 4 out 1 in pistol on specifically on the left elbow, that shit was unstoppable.
Oh, agreed. We're not talking about the thing is he wasn't specifically trying to draw anyone to any side of the debate. It was just mainly him talking about what Giannis and Dame. That's like
Yeah,
is Curry and KG like Giannis and Dame, which is true. Yeah, it's literally if the roller wasn't as dominant when it getting to the rim as like Giannis, but he was way more of a spacing threat because he can actually get to the mid range. That's what KG is. And then
mhm.
also KG, who do you think is a better? We don't need to care about that. And then also Curry being being the greatest shooter ever, also allowing him to get around screens and popping out for a three is just amazing. I just think that duo would be so great. But the last but not least, El Rod.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna take the safe choices here, and I'm gonna
Hi,
pick
bro.
all of them because there's no
Hi.
Nah,
wrong
you gotta pick
answer.
one. Hell no, hell no. No
I'm
easy
El
answers here. No
Rod.
first
politically
off,
correct answers
first
here.
off,
Ain't no everyone gets a
first off,
trophy. Nah, none of that, bro. You gotta pick one.
first off,
El
sir.
Rod. Oh
First
my
off,
god.
Silencio. Uh, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna make my choice. This is my choice. There's no wrong answer in any of those because every single one of them are winning championships. Now, if you added another two, that's your Eastern and Western Conference final every year until they all decide to retire. There's no beating any of those teams. Period. You can't stop Curry. You can't stop KG because KG can pop. He also plays defense. He posts up. Everything that Curry does now is going to continue doing with an even better defender and post player, which we've been asking for like forever. LeBron and Kobe, enough said about it. Two of the best players of all time. Jordan and Hakeem. What are you gonna do with either one of them? Jordan can get his bucket anytime he wants, and he plays when he wants to. Can play tremendous defense. Hakeem, a great defender and one of the best big man of all time. There's no wrong here.
Pick an
So I'm gonna pick
answer.
all of them because that's what I want to do.
No, that's crazy.
That's a Karen
My
answer. That's a Karen answer.
Congratulations, I'll be that Karen. But this is
Hey,
also I'm one of the founders of the show. By the way, how you doing? And I can do that.
I know, I
All
know,
right.
I
All
know,
right.
but I gotta call
Hey,
it out while I see
you know
it.
the pat my
hey.
back
You call
badge on
it somewhere
All
2K.
else.
right. So I
You
did.
call it somewhere
So
else then. But I appreciate these are some crazy questions though. I'm gonna give you that one.
exactly, man.
This is a
Exactly.
crazy question and I love it.
I'm nice. I
I
know I'm
do
nice.
want. I do want to say though, thank you everyone for coming up to the show. We have Gabe coming through, the Tank Jones. Thank you for popping up as much. A Sturdy, Mar, you guys coming through, J Rob already coming through as well. And even our own co-host, Mr. L Rod, Darrell. Thank you all for coming through. But it's time for me to end the show. Stay safe and peace.
Peace, love, and chicken grease, my dick.